Drinking sober, cause around me, baby, I can stay drunk. Like they drop Sipping on city, so make you fit it. So I keep it gangster, doing bottles at the crib. This is how we live, every single night. Take that bottle to the head and let me see you fly. No more. Hell yeah, drinking sober, cause around me, baby, I can stay drunk. Baby, I can stay drunk. Sober, cause around me, baby, I can like they drunk. Make you put your hands up, make you put your hands up, put your hands up. It's that 808 boom, make you put your hands up, make you put your hands up, put your hands up. Put your hands up, make you put your hands up, put your hands up. Put your hands up, make you put your hands up, put your hands up. Like a G6.
Guys, I'm gonna need a fucking another round of that shit.
Popping bottles in the ice, like a blizzard. When we drink, we do it right. Get a slizzard, sipping scissor in my ride. Like 3-6, now I'm feeling so fly. Like a G6, like a G6, like a G6. Now I'm feeling so fly. Like a G6, like a G6, like a wild. In the mouth, man, we get that drip and that drop. Now give me 2 more bottles, 'cause you know it don't say no more. Hell yeah. Drinking, sober, cause I'm burning, baby, I get lost, they drunk. Sober, cause I'm burning, baby, I get like they drunk. When we drink, we do it right. Kids, let's scissor, like 3-6. Feel so fly like a G6. I'ma make it big. Girl, I keep it gangster. The bottles at the crib. This is how we live. Every single night. Take that bottle to the head and let me see you fly no more. Drinking, sober, cause I'm running. Baby, I get lost, they drunk. Baby, I get lost, they drunk. Sober, cause I'm running. Baby, I get like they drunk. When we drink, we do it right. Kids, listen, sipping, scissor, like 3-6. Feel so fly like a G6. Like a G6, like a G6. G6, like a G6. 808 boom, make you put your hands up, make you put your hands up, put your hands up. 808 boom, make you put your hands up, make you put your hands up, put your hands up. Put your hands up, make you put your hands up, put your hands up. Put your hands up, make you put your hands up, put your hands up. Pop the bottles in the ice, like a blizzard. When we drink, we do it right. Getting slizzard, sipping scissor, like 3-6. Now I'm feeling so fly, like a G6. Like a G6, like a G6. Like a G6, like a G6. Like a G6.
God damn. Like a G6, baby.
Well, all right, folks. How'd you like the intro? Get a little insight to the Trob's workout. See how he keeps that great spiritual and physical physique. I got Ajax with me. Ajax is from the trash dump.
How you doing, guys? I've never seen one of these Satan creeps act so weird. Dancing on a dirty bed, you could see his mattress, 7 fans. The guy's on some massive psychotropic drugs. 100%.
Oh, who knows what he's on? I could not even tell you what that guy is on.
Gotta be on a whole shitload of psychotropic drugs. Without a doubt. Did you see him? It reminds me of like these little Satan creepy clans, like that movie with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. Ass wide open. He's getting rammed by all these sick, perverted Satanists, and they're making Satan love.
He was practicing on making love to something. I couldn't tell you what.
Well, he fears you. He fears you deeply.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to read off some of the chat, or at least show their comments here real fast. We got Kristen. Hey, Kristen, how you doing? Trobs has lost his mind. He told chatters that anyone who talks about fake mass exemptions and fake passports. Oh, yeah. So the door has closed science on that one. As Trump says.
Ever see the movie Alpha Dog? Kind of looks like that guy, Mazursky. Tell them Mazursky is looking for them with the
Alpha
karate.
Dog. Mazursky. Oh, that is like Mazursky from Alpha Dog.
Yes, I was hoping that fucking samurai sword took his leg off. He cut a chunk of his rib.
Well, Patrick, I don't think you missed anything. I think you got here just in time for the show based on how early you are in the comments here. We got Corey. Hey, Corey, how you doing?
What's up, Corey? XX.
We got Don't Fall. Yeah, I thought he was going to fall there too during the workout.
He should have fell right on the katana.
We got
Wait.
Andy with a re. Let's see what else we got going
What
on
a
here.
sick unit. It reminds me of Durkee.
Oh,
Put
yeah.
a few more pounds on him.
We got home aerobic. Yeah, what the fuck? No kidding, right? You didn't know you was going to see that, did you?
Free Kyle. Free Kyle.
Free Kyle.
What a world.
Where did you find this? Oh, survival. That's a real easy question to answer. I found that on his own channel.
That guy's what does he stream at all, like crazy hours? He's a meth head, right? It's gotta be a meth.
Oh, yeah. He screams meth head, but I mean, to be fair, I've never actually seen him inject drugs into his veins or smoke dope pipes, so I can't say
Well,
with
then
100% certainty.
then it's gonna be the psychotropic drugs. And I'm not a squirrel, Blackhand. I'm a fucking chipmunk. Get it straight.
Now we got Bed Rape Samurai.
Bed rape samurai. Double romance!
We got Mandrake. The Spurg is strong in this one.
Yes, the Spurg is strong. He's 6 short of a dozen. Trob, why do you fear St. Mike so much?
You know, that's an interesting question. I tried to join his stream Friday night, but he was having none of that.
Oh no, big tough Satan, Baphomet, putting things on their heads. What are they called? The Baphomet symbol. Looks like the David Star or whatever. Putting that on his head. Real sick person. He's got
Big.
2 fans.
Anybody with a wrench, yeah, when it says show comment, you know, as long as it doesn't say something that's intentionally trying to get my channel taken down, of course, you show that comment.
Trob's on the knob, and he wants to bet a slob. Every day, Trob tries these things. He's a
Hey, racial
very...
distancing, how you doing?
What's up, Racial D? What's up, brother? What's going on?
Audition tape to so you think you can dance. Oh, that was epic. Oh, yes, it was.
Satanic workout.
That was
What
fucking
a
glorious.
wacko. Where'd you find this guy, St. Mike?
Oh, I've known about Trobs for some time, but I'm not fully ready to reveal my true identity to Trobs.
Yes,
Because
he looks
he and I
like
have history.
Is he a tulip? He looks like a tulip. A flower. You know what a
It-
flower is. Like a phenoic.
Yeah, he looks like if he was in the show Oz.
Oh, yes. If he was in the show Oz, he would be a Prague biker. A Prague biker. Pragging it up in an elevator. Pragging it up when you're going down. He's a Prague.
All right, Assalamu, you want a link? Yeah, I'll post a link here in just a second.
They want to join us or something?
Yeah, other people want to join, of
Come
course.
on, come on. Come join, talk about Trob and what a misfit degenerate he is.
Well, first, I'm gonna let Trobs join the stream real fast and go ahead and
Trob's not gonna join.
yeah, he's in right now. What are you talking about here? I'm gonna let him say his piece real fast.
Okay.
Okay.
The rest of you with a brain. The actual reason I hate that motherfucker. He embarrassed me publicly, Michael. It's proof that I shut my own video down. A lot of shit there pointing out. You have caused me to be afraid. He embarrassed me publicly. His logic, his facts. I hate that motherfucker.
Thanks for stopping by, Trobs.
Thank you, Trob, for your 2 minutes of filthy satanic nothing. That's right, throw tomatoes at him. Chase him like a leper. Chase him. I can picture a bunch of people chasing him down the street. Leper, get the freak. He's a freak. He went near my kids.
Well, you know, in the 1700s, they would have just tarred and feathered him and ran him out of town.
100. Listen, it's a couple hundred years ago. Trump would have been burnt at the stake. Okay, like John Proctor, Salem witch trials, mother effer.
Now, here you go. Before we get too far into this,
Okay.
I want to say
I'll
this.
calm down.
Trobs, you owe me a public apology. You have lied about me, and then you have blocked me in order to protect your lie. You took down your own stream, the one in which I joined, and then you lied about it. And then when I had the proof that you lied about it, you continued to double down on your lie to protect your ego. So you need to publicly apologize to me. Either that or show the YouTube studio channel violation section on your YouTube channel and put the issue to rest.
Well, I would say a public apology is very necessary in this state. Trump, public apology now.
Well, Patrick, I'm going to show your comment here real fast. He says crucified. No,
Yeah.
he's just a massive degenerate. I think they would have been able to recognize that he wasn't actually a witch, even though they accused a lot of people of witchcraft that may not have necessarily been witches, but
Very true. Very true.
no, they would have recognized that Traub was just a degenerate rather than.
He would have lived in the forest. They would have chased him away. He would have lived in a swamp or something with a few more other like misfits. And he probably beds goats. He shaves the sheeps and he does sexual things. I'm guessing. Look how creepy that son of a bee is. What a fun.
Oh yeah.
And he won't face you neither. He won't step on stream and say his piece. He's scared.
No, well, he has to protect the lie. Like I said, he suffers from projection quite severely, and it's a projection based in narcissism. So, in order to project, well, hold on. In order to protect his narcissism, he has to project his own faults onto others, which is me in this case, because he took down his own stream, out of shame, essentially.
Liar. Pants on fire, sheep shagger.
And then he didn't think he would get caught. And then when he was caught and I presented the evidence, he was left with either two choices: admit it or double down on the lie. And in order to double down on the lie, he has to ban me so that I can't spread the truth.
Gotcha. So he doubled down on his BS. Well, he looks like a very stupid man. How many people watch this freak?
Probably close to as many that are in here watching this right now, to be honest with you.
They must just troll him, though.
But this isn't his normal streaming time. Like, if we were streaming at like 1 a.m., we'd probably have like 25, 30 in here because more of his people would have showed up. He's
a methanite doing methamphetamine, probably.
Well, he's a freelance writer. Ajax. He's a freelance writer. That's what he says. That's how he pays the bills. In savings, he has savings.
Write what? What could he write? How to shag a sheep?
He writes his signature on that Social Security form.
Oh, kinky little goat smasher.
That's what he freelance writes.
Wow.
He writes Trobs at the bottom of the
He's
welfare form.
he's gotta get Crazy Bucks. He must be on Crazy Bucks.
Well, there is a possibility of that.
It's gotta be, dude. Where could that freak work? What could he do? He puts pentagrams on his head. He's gotta be Crazy Bucks kind of guy.
Maybe he works at a Wiccan bookstore.
He works at a Wiccan bookstore banging the big fat lady. The big fat
That's
lady
where he does his
covered in-
freelance writing.
in black paint and smut. He must watch the most filthiest smut.
Oh God! I don't even want to go down that road. Holy
Me
cow!
neither. Me neither. I'm just saying he's gotta be a smut lover.
All right,
Filthy
people,
smut, shaved goats, the whole nine, gerbils, in rectum, Richard Gere. Remember that.
all right, people. Want to post the link in here?
Yes, join. Come join us. Let's talk. Have a convo, Trob. Take that step, Trob, you coward. Take the step. The bully that suppressed your youth is no longer with us. So join. Be the man you always wanted to be, you little Satanist.
His hard drive is horrendous, Corey. I could only imagine. if anybody had access to Trob's hard drive, he could probably be locked up in a federal prison for sure.
There's no doubt that this guy is into some weird, animal loving, who knows, could it be even pedophilia? I don't know. He's a weirdo. I don't like calling other people pedos without proof, but this guy looks like he definitely would rape your dog.
Well, Trobs would call you a pedo without proof. He does it all the time to people.
Well, yes.
He says they
It's a-
have. He says, "I'm not calling them a pedophile. They just have pedophilic tendencies."
What a low IQ freak.
Oh man, yeah, they just have pedophilic tendencies.
Where's his family? Does he live with somebody, or the Crazy Bucks buy him a little apartment?
I think the Crazy Bucks pay for the meth trailer.
Dude, he must not have a father. What kind of man would raise that? The mother must be
I
one
think
of
he
the...
said he actually comes from a religious family.
Oh my god.
What religion they practice, I don't know.
Vampiric. He's probably one of them vampiric fanatics. Like that guy Rob from Florida who killed Heather Winthrop's family. Believed he was a vampire in prison.
All right, I'm gonna let this Osalam in. I've seen him in the Trob stream. He's
Job fan.
I wouldn't say I'm a Trob fan. I don't hate the guy. I think he's kind of not all there, but he's fun to talk to.
that's fair enough, I suppose.
Has he ever been in prison?
I don't know, but somehow he's got kids. I find the most shocking part.
No. Oh my god.
Because I've asked him, like, what, like, don't you want to know, like, because he always goes on about how fighting isn't. I'm like, don't you want to protect your kids? He's like, he didn't say no, but he's like, it's weird because he's like, he
Well,
don't
to
wanna
be
learn
fair,
to
hold
kids.
on, Osalam. To be fair, in regards to Trob's kids, I'm fairly confident in saying that they're not really around him much at all. So,
I don't
like,
know. I'm not going to
as
talk
far
about
as
a man's
protecting
kid.
them goes, I mean, he's not there to protect them anyhow. So,
What about that samurai sword? He probably would chop their arm off on accident.
you make a good
I
point.
have yet to actually see the kids, so he just told Raj that he had kids.
Yeah,
My
he does.
point is this. If you're swinging around a samurai sword like that, like an incoherent freak, what if the little kid walks in the room and you take his hand off? Possible.
Well, again, like I said, I don't think the kids are like in that home on any kind of regular basis at all. So
I don't think there's any children around that.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and assume that the like a G6 workout videos were done while no children were in the home.
I like what Corey said. Didn't you see the way he humped that mattress? The dude obviously fornicates with the mattress.
Oh my god, I love that. I love that fucking chipmunk already, man.
I'm a chipmunk. Thank you for saying that. Not call me like a squirrel, like someone in the chat did. But he also had some of these luxurious curtains. They were actually bed sheets with little stains on them. That
Ugh,
was his curtain.
that's gross.
Creepy.
How do you pronounce your name, by the way? Because I just call you fake Muslim guy.
Assalamu alaikum wal halala al walakabati.
Hey, Mishno Salam.
I think I'm just going to stick with fake Muslim guy.
Well, it made me laugh because my name is actually a traditional Malayan Islamic name, and when Rash couldn't pronounce it or he didn't say it when they asked him how to say it, it kind of like spoke volumes. Because it's like I feel like the only fake Muslim here would be Rash. Don't get me wrong, I like Rash, but he really kind of pissed me off when he said I was stupid.
Yeah, as far as being a Muslim goes, I find it hard to believe that he's a Muslim too, considering how liberal he is, right?
Well, I
He's not
completely
Muslim.
I completely BTFO'd him when we were talking about abortion and how that's really not an Islamic tenet. It's not a Christian tenet. It's not Islamic tenet. It's evil.
Well, no, they didn't have medical procedures to fucking yank babies out in little pieces back then, right?
Whole argument about women covering themselves. He was like, "Oh, they was talking about you're just supposed to take off your jewelry in public," and I'm like, "Bro, come on, you can't like for people who are so logical." The only problem I have with T. Robs that I know for a fact is to be so fucking logical. Him and Rosh do not practice logical thinking.
Are these white muzzies?
I'm a
he is not,
I'm a white
no.
Muslim from the south.
I know you are, but the other guys that we're speaking of.
No, he's from Malaysia. He's some kind of
Yeah.
mixed race.
I'm half
Muslim.
Palestinian.
Oh, well, that's nice to know.
Oh hell, Hezbollah then.
I used to live in one of the camps,
Yeah,
but I'm free
We're,
now.
we're,
that's good.
Well, I left the Palestinians back there, and now I'm in the U.S. of A.
Hey, good for you.
Not good for my family. I heard one of them last week was killed by an Israeli soldier. White Muslim cringe. Electric existence, exactly. That's what I've been saying the whole time.
Well, here you go, Aslam. Here's your question, fake Muslim guy. You just want to know why he hates me, huh?
Because like it don't seem like you do anything but just he claims he's a troll, right?
Yeah.
So if you're a troll, like turnabout's fair play. You usually laugh at other people trying to troll you, and you may even
Yep.
play along with them. He seems like he's just pissed. And then he's always talking about logic and facts. And like, dude has never once actually used a statistic or a fact with me. It's always been like what he claims other people are doing to him. And it's like, don't get me wrong. I know I'm sounding like I'm talking shit on him, but like, I like talking to him. I like talking to a lot of people, especially when I'm bored and don't have anything to do.
Well, here you go. Just full disclaimer. Now you have some kind of association with Michael after being in the stream, so Trobs may start to fear you as well.
He will.
I mean,
And by that, I mean he may permanently ban you forever from commenting in streams because
well, then that would
that's the
just
kind of guy he is, you know.
then that would just prove you correct in my eyes. I mean,
He's a mental midget. He won't debate. He's scared.
Well, I mean,
mean,
I
the
already
thing is that-
have proof. I mean, I could show you guys proof right now if you want to see
look,
proof.
I may be a Muslim, but I understand race. And like when me and this British guy was in there talking about race and its importance, he was like, "You're just making appeal to emotion." It's like, no, we're using statistics and fact. But then when we were talking about COVID, this guy who is supposed to be all like this emotionless, fact spewing robot, like, yeah, I support concentration camp for COVID people who don't get the vaccine. Like, you mean the vaccine that is proven to be ineffective?
All right, here you go, Aslam. I'll show you. Okay. Here's the stream that I claim that Trobs took down. I have yet to take this tab down and yet to refresh it because I know if I do, it won't show like this anymore. You see it? It's on the screen now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You can see that this is not just some fake Photoshop page or something that I have,
He
you know,
took that down.
right?
He
This
took it
is
down.
this is an actual web browser I'm using right now. This isn't a Photoshopped, no fake image here, right? I'm moving the browser. Okay. You look at the link, right?
Yeah.
Here we go. Look at that link.
What
Look
a
at the link.
Oh wait.
Same link, right?
No wait. Yeah. Go to yeah. See, I told him if you reported him, it was see that proves you right because I told him the other day when he was talking about it that if you would have removed the video or you would have reported him or done something, it would have said removed for community guidelines. But it literally says this video has been removed by the user.
Right. Removed
I
by
told-
the
I-
uploader.
So
He
that
fears
explains
you.
why he was. That explains why he was getting a little bit antsy and annoyed with me for talking about it.
Now hold on, Aslam. I'm gonna cut in here real fast because Trobs again with his lies about me has said I'm using some fake URL, right? Just showing some fake shit, right? Now you see it here live. Everybody here watching too, you see it live. This isn't just my video where things could have been edited, even though they obviously weren't. This is the tab that I've left open for over 2 weeks just to prove this, just to see how far he would push this lie, right? You know, it's like when you know somebody's lying and you just sit back and you want to see how far they're willing to go to push a lie when you know they've been caught fucking red-handed and they know they've been caught red-handed. I mean, you see it. T-Rob Designs, test live stream, right? 159 views. You see the URL, right?
COVID.
Video unavailable. This video has been removed by the uploader. URL, same URL, same URL.
Wow,
Well,
he's really yellow.
speaking about Trobs, he's doing a live stream later tonight.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's probably a response stream to this because he's too big of a bitch to come on my stream or to have me on a stream. So he's got a monologue about me and pretend that he's gained some kind of victory in doing so.
I look forward to see if he'll still have me on stream after showing up because I was like, hey, I don't want you to be mad at me if I go talk to this guy. Because that come up like last night or the night before last when we were streaming. He's like, oh no, you can associate with other people, and that really tells somebody's character if they want to shut you down
Yeah.
just because you go on another stream. If he does that, he's just a bitch.
Well, he would do that.
I'll say that.
He would also capture me and shave me with a razor blade, put me in Reynolds wrap, and stuff it up his keister. This guy's a fucking weirdo. This guy
I don't know about all that, but
I believe Trobs hides small rodents in his rear end. That's all
Richard
I
Gere
gotta say.
style. He goes full gear.
He is a big fan of Richard Gere. I know he is. Chipmunk COVID. Chipmunk COVID.
Another Trobs quote, racist are as bad as peds. Yeah.
which I don't get how like somebody can say a racist is as bad as a pedophile.
Oh my god.
Well, here you go,
That's
Aslam. Let me
retarded.
address this again. Like you're on here trying to, wondering why, why he hates me so much, why he fears me so much. Another one of these allegations he slings at me with absolutely no proof, of course, is that I'm a racist. And that's one of the reasons why he won't have me on no more, is because it's not that my facts were incorrect, because he can't deny that my facts were correct, of course, because they were
Oh, he
correct.
says that they're correct.
But,
he says
but
they're
my
correct.
intent is what he says. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
he has rash on, and that guy
And
is
me.
racist towards white
And
people.
me, I
mean,
I've
let's
admitted
face the
that
facts.
I'm a racist.
Rash is blatantly racist towards white people. He
That's a
automatically
fact.
assumes the worst of all whites. This guy has said all kinds of stuff to me about you're just you're using your white privilege, shit like that,
Oh my god. I'll use my chipmunk privilege.
Like
And
the
he-
Kyle Rittenhouse thing, oh, this would have been different if he was black.
Oh my god.
So Rash
90-year-old
obviously is
woman.
racist towards white people, but yet
Yeah, it would have been an armed robbery instead of self-defense. But that's side the point.
we
Oh.
turn a blind eye at that.
Well, I mean, I've even pointed out to him on last stream when I left. I'm like, wait, you say you don't like Michael because he's a racist, but I've openly admitted to you that I don't like other people of other races and don't want them around me. So I'm, by your definition of racist, I'm a racist, but you let me on. He's like, well, you're different. You're not trying to. Your intent's different. It's like, well, I'm not just quoting statistics all the time because I like talking to other shit. I may not want them people around me, but I don't mind talking to them. If somebody's a racist, which I don't even believe racists exist, like I know the history of the word racist and how it come from the communists. Literally just pattern recognition.
Frankfurt School. One down vote. Traub is here. Traub is here.
One down vote. Traub is here. It's either him or Rash.
Hi, Rash. Rash slept with a 90-year-old woman? That should be against the law.
That would be another thing about, I don't want somebody on my stream because of their moral character. Slept with a 90-year-old woman. Let's face the facts, folks. There was definitely something underhanded going on there.
He doesn't believe in God, so he can't believe in morals because your morals come from God. It comes from some type of structure outside of yourself that he said he doesn't believe in. Like, he doesn't believe in collectivism. Without collectivism, morals wouldn't exist. You get what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of
Traub makes collectivist arguments and then talks about being against collectivists. So, or about how you're a collectivist or you're thinking as a collectivist. Meanwhile, we're going to stick everybody in internment camps who hasn't been vaccinated for the greater good of the collective.
Traub went to slip and fall school.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how he can be against Nazis, but want to put people in concentration camps.
Well, now somebody sent me something saying where I still haven't clipped the internment camp stream he did, but that he was talking about sticking Jews in internment camps if they hadn't been vaccinated. I'm like, whoa.
Well, I told him, like, I was messing with him and told him I was Jewish.
And was hands off Ben Shapiro.
I was like, so since I'm a Jew and all, you're okay with putting me in the concentration camp? He's like, if you're unvaccinated. I'm like, whoa, you want to put Jews in concentration camps?
Well, I don't think that's going to go over very well.
I mean, it's like, and then what's funny is like he goes, "Oh, you're just an appeal to emotion." No, that's called a logical conclusion, my friend. Because like a majority of blacks and Jews are who's not getting the vaccine. Out of everybody not getting the vaccine, the vast majority of them are blacks and Jews. But you would call me
I know
racist.
I know the black folks are getting it at a real low rate, right, compared to everybody else. I do know about that.
So those are the people you're putting in concentration camps. Well, I think that's a great idea. Beautiful, love it. Don't call me a racist. You come up with the idea. I feel like giving him a wink, wink, and a nudge, nudge, and be like, "You're our guy. I knew it the whole time."
Oh yeah, survival. I caught the part where he said he'd put you in the gulag. I actually used that in one of my highlight clips to end the video, where you basically say I'd be in the gulag, and Traub's like, "Oh yeah."
He sounds like just a filthy commie.
That's all he is.
Satanist Ricky Yoon.
Like at least the leftism that I support is principled and trying to like help people. This dude just is a leftist because he's too. I don't want to be rude to him because he's not here to defend himself.
Like, well, he is. There's a thumbs down on the stream, right?
Yes.
So to be fair, he probably is here to defend himself. He just is choosing not to.
If this was his stream, he could actually like.
Oh, if this was his stream, he would kick me. If this were his stream, first of all, he'd kick me the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then he would have muted you.
He's a guy that can't take criticism or pushback. He's a moral coward, and this is what I got for him: shots. Bye, Traub. Little freak. Just join and debate the guy.
Yeah, come on.
Have some
Whoever left a
coyotes.
dislike, I'll post the link again here.
Have some coyotes.
Everybody should go to Traub's channel and just start commenting. Traubs, come on, Traubs, come on, Traubs.
He's probably sleeping. He'll wake up in a few hours out of his stupor. He'll bang his goat, hit his Heineken, and he'll join.
I mean, I
Hashtag
think
free
he's-
Michael. Just spam the chat with that hashtag free Michael.
Free Mike! Free Mike! Free Michael now.
I just want him to admit, that he's been spreading all these lies about me in order to protect his own ego, and that
Well, he's
yes,
a leftist
he did
Satanist.
take down his own live stream.
He won't. He's a leftist Satanist.
And he's a moral coward.
Or put the issue to rest. Just put
That's
the
just
issue
saying-
to rest and show your YouTube Studio channel violations and show where they took down your stream rather than what I've already showed. Because like I said before in one of my other videos, Trobs, I have presented evidence. I have once again presented evidence. Now I have presented live evidence showing definitively that I'm not using some photoshopped fucking picture with fake URLs. I did it in a browser live on a stream. So, chat, who do you believe? Do you
Look at
believe
the
Trobs, who
Pokemon.
will not show his YouTube Studio channel violations, or do you believe me, who showed Trob's original stream, and then I showed where YouTube shows that it was taken down by the uploader? It's as simple as that.
It's like Trob,
I-
you're losing.
I'm gonna tell him if I go on, if he lets me on stream later tonight, I'm gonna tell him like straight up. I believe somebody said Yeti, Bruno, and whatnot. Is anybody like who's all these people that they're trying to get on? Somebody named Ice Wolf and all that.
I've seen a guy
Basically,
in the
the whole
chat
crew
named
on-
that, but that was
People
all
in
I
the
seen.
chat.
Yeah. it's just
Rush
people
loves
Do I need to get
women.
off?
No, don't worry about it.
Because I
Rush.
believe they want Yeti and all them on there.
Rosh loves old 90-year-old women. That's like rape. He must have raped that old woman. He must have went to
Obviously.
visit a old woman in a folks home and wandered off into another room and raped some old lady or something.
It's probably like Trob's when he was telling the story about somebody he knew that did something similar. It was an old boss of his, he said, and that the guy worked at a group home. So my
Yes.
guess, and now this is just a guess in regards to Rash, is that Rash also at one point worked at a group home.
100%. Number one, 90-year-old women are not sexual, okay? So that's called molestation or touching. That Rosh is a sick man. Sick.
I mean, I might be sick too. I mean, I'm just saying, if y'all ever don't knock a Gumby till you tried it, okay? They take them teeth
I'm a
out and go
chipmunk, for
crazy.
Christ's sakes, so I can't
Well-
talk much.
Andy, Trobs is streaming early. My guess for that is because he wants to make a response, like I said earlier, to this. And that's why he scheduled it, because he's seen that I had scheduled mine at 5. So he's like, well, I'm going to schedule mine a little later.
Well-
and I'll just monologue about how Michael's a liar and a racist. Oh, no,
yet again,
boogeyman.
Like I was saying, when I go on stream, yet again, I'm gonna tell him I believe Michael because I told him that the last time. Because when I told him that if you
Well,
show all this
survival's in
stuff, well, because I told him like if you show this stuff, you can prove your case and prove this guy's a douche. For him.
What's up, guys?
Hey, survival, what's up, bro?
How's it
not
going?
much. Just got done watching a movie with the wife, and I was able to jump back on here before you guys closed out. But
Oh,
I
yeah,
got to
what
see
movie?
that. It was a shitty movie. It was on Netflix. It was called like The Deep House or something. It was like a horror movie. It
Oh,
was
I
pretty
seen
dumb.
a picture for it. It's like a house in the bottom of a lake or some shit.
Exactly. Yeah,
Right.
I won't spoil it for you, but
No, I don't think I'm
I wouldn't
gonna watch
recommend
it.
it.
I never clicked on it. It didn't entice me enough to click.
It's a waste of time.
I believe you.
But yeah, so I just met like most of you guys were here recently, and even T-Robs or Trobs, whatever we were calling him. But yeah, I just met him like maybe 2 weeks ago. I was watching. There was a live feed of the volcano in La Palma, and all the people in there were like, "This is an act of God," and this and that. And T-Robs, of course, is in there like, "No, God did not do this," and he's wanted to argue with everybody. And that's when I started trolling him a little bit. And then I went and found his channel because he's like, well, let's have a debate about this. I'm like, all right. So that's how I met him. But I'm not like, I don't know.
Trob likes Crisco oil on his butt.
That dance though, man. Jeez.
That was
I
a real
could see
treat, wasn't it?
somebody. That's like something you do in the mirror when you're like 10, flailing around and shit.
Crisco oil on my butt.
Crisco. You know he rubs himself with Crisco. Or he rubs it on the goats or the neighbor's cats. Maybe he bangs feral cats.
It's hard to say what he does.
So I don't know him well enough to know if he does that. And I didn't know that he was a lot of things that is coming up now. But
Well, survival, here you go. I mean, the reason Trobs gives for blocking me, again, I've already presented it in this stream, is that I lie about YouTube taking down his live stream and that I show a fake URL. Now, you've seen, or I don't know, you said you stepped away, but I showed my browser with the tab still open, been open for weeks now, that one tab. And you've seen it, right? Like he took down his own stream. It says removed by uploader, same URL.
Yeah. So that's pretty much that's all the evidence you need for that.
And again, like I've said too, he could easily put this to rest if he's telling the truth by just showing the YouTube Studio channel violations, and it'll be marked right there in that section. He can go through whatever violations he has, and it'll show up in there, right? You just got a strike yourself. I remember you saying something about it.
Oh yeah, I got a strike for medical misinformation. I don't remember what I said, but it must have been something along the lines of the current medical situation we've been in for a couple of years, and something that they did not like. So I won't say it on your channel because I don't want you to get a strike.
Yeah, the Mexican beer virus, right?
Sure. Yeah, exactly.
Right. Montezuma's revenge.
They suspended me for 9 days from streaming. So
we should give them all
But here you
blankets.
go, Survival. Trobs had his video taken down by YouTube, and he was able to stream the next night and the night after that.
If you have your videos taken down, they usually suspend you for at least 1 week.
Right.
Blasphemy.
But yet Trobs didn't get suspended when he got his shit taken down.
If it says removed by uploader, then that means he took it down.
His backside is throbbing from all the anal injections that his Satan friends gave him. Satanists do weird, dirty, piggish stuff.
They do. Absolutely.
As long as they don't mess with kids, I don't give a fuck what they do.
Well, they do mess with kids,
They
unfortunately.
do.
Well, they need to not do that.
They're like, as
I
long
mean,
as they're not
like,
messing with
okay,
kids, I don't know.
Survival. Let me ask you a question, right?
What's up, man?
I get people, and like I don't feel like I'm gonna be kicked from this stream like I do with Tribe, so I can like unload. Like I'm not as you know, I'm not really a leftist. I'm not really a Muslim. I can actually speak because I'm not on the left wings. Not on the left wings. Like I can say what I want to here, right?
Sure.
I'm gonna get bounced.
Yeah, I'm gonna bounce you, mother effer.
Oh God, no. But if I say something against homosexuals, you're not gonna get mad. And, like,
Just don't get mad at chipmunks. Say nothing about chipmunks and we're cool.
okay, well, like the thing about fags, right, or homosexuals, is the vast majority of them are pedophiles.
Yes.
They recruit. Right.
Did you guys see that video? That whole group of men singing that "We're Coming for Your Children"
Oh,
song?
yes. Of
Yeah.
course.
God,
So take that for what it is, right?
Yeah.
You say like, and this is why I don't like libertarians, because they're like, oh, it doesn't matter if it affects me. It doesn't matter. It's like those 10 guys having that disgusting, filthy orgy. It may not affect you, but what if one of them happens to be a bisexual and they sleep with another dude who's bisexual, and that dude winds up sleeping with like your daughter?
Well, there's no what ifs. That is
That
the
happens.
case. That happens.
Well, it happens a lot.
Every
And
day.
it's like, bro, like they're the reason for the increase, like deadly and permanent STD. Like the whole Mexican beer virus. Like I don't care about it because they don't do anything about these homosexuals with syphilis and AIDS and all this. That's been a pandemic since the 80s.
Well, here you go. I'll talk about that a little bit. Yeah, I don't want to go into too great of detail, but I like this position that I've come up with. It's to really challenge the quote-unquote leftists on Mexican beer and its effects on people. All right. Let's say a gay man comes into a hospital and tests positive for COVID-19. Now, I'm asking you this, Survival. Should that gay man have to also test for HIV? Since HIV would if he has it, that means he would be immunocompromised, and since the immunocompromised are at greater risk, shouldn't he have to take the HIV test also?
Makes logical sense to me. I mean, I'm not in the medical field, so I don't quite know if there's another viewpoint, but that makes logical sense to me, what you just said.
I mean, gay males are overwhelmingly the people who contract HIV in America.
I would agree to that. I think
So-
all the statistics back that up.
So if a gay man wants to get tested for Mexican beer and, he tests positive for the beer, then, I mean, for his own personal safety, they should test him for HIV too, wouldn't you think?
Sure, yeah, because you wouldn't. I mean, it would depend on the treatment at that point. If you were positive for beer, you would want to know what do they call? What's the word for it? Comorbidities. You'd want to know what you got so you can treat it.
Pre-existing
AIDS-
conditions, right?
AIDS is a worse disease than the Mexican beer disease.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that either.
Of course it is.
Of course it
So
is.
why
right?
didn't they go so hard about AIDS?
They did back in the 80s and 90s.
They should have deported every one of them.
Most of the people that die from Mexican beer are over the age of 65.
Yep, old people.
I mean, when it comes to the
They're also
HIV,
obese.
most of the people that die from that are not over 65.
The flowers and the tulips, which I mean the rainbow community, are more dangerous with their AIDS, bisexuality, spreading diseases than anything. These people are Satanists, they're sick and disgusting. I think
Total
they should
inversion of the way it should
All
be.
be deported. You have a YouTube channel, Survival YouTube?
Yeah. I've got about 1,400 subscribers.
Oh,
But
cool.
it's a hidden channel because I started it like 13 or 14 years ago, I think. But I started under a different name, and I've changed the name on it a couple times over the years. But
So
when I went to live streaming, I changed it again. So it's to find my YouTube channel, you have to search my original name, which was Action Dan 83, but Action with a K.
gotcha. Now, are you a libertarian? Like, what are you?
No, I'm right-wing conservative patriot.
Okay.
You said like, oh, okay. Was that not what you wanted to hear? Which I don't care. I'm friendly with everybody. I mean, you've
Oh, no, I
seen
can
me on
be-
Trobs before.
Even if I wanted to put you in a dumpster or something, I could still be friendly with you. You know?
There you go.
What do you
yeah.
stand on?
Me
Is
personally, I'm a national socialist.
I'm
I don't know why.
Palestinian, so I really touch you with the neocons and the neoconservative stuff.
No,
Mm.
you being from Palestine, you Hezbollah or
I was born there as a little child. I haven't been there in years.
oh, so it's not so you don't really know Hezbollah, Lebanon type difference.
I know about them and stuff like that. Yes, I was born in a camp as a child. I want my fig trees back. I want my fucking farms back.
So no, like, why is nobody like okay? And I know this may be a touchy subject, but since the subject is Trubs and he's like pro Holocaust, I guess, because of concentration camps. Why is no one bringing up the Holocaust that's happened to the Palestinians? Like
Because,
nobody.
I've heard a couple different sides, and I'm not educated on either side to know who's right or wrong on either one. But the
Probably
good
shouldn't.
the
We probably
Israeli.
shouldn't go into too much detail on the.
Okay. I don't know enough anyway.
I can just sum it up like this. Imagine if you lived in a house for many, many years, generations, and then a new person comes, a neighbor, and kicks you out of your house and takes your house, and you can't do nothing about it. That's in a nutshell.
I hear that. I hear that. From that point of view, it's terrible. So
Yeah, when the world police show up at your door and say, "Get the fuck out!" Right?
Yep. And we can't even have our own police forces.
What makes me laugh is there's like a Jewish guy in another Jewish woman's house over there, and she's like, "Get out of my house!" He's like, "No, I live here now." And the Jewish guy looks to the other Jewish, and this is something that really happened. He goes, "If I didn't live here, if I didn't steal your house, someone else would." And I'm like, what?
Oh, that seems like a.
The settlement.
It's two Jews arguing over a plot of land
Now, how does survival know Trob? Like, did you debate
Oh,
him?
he said it. He found him in some volcano.
Yeah, I randomly found him in a live stream about a volcano erupting, and he was talking shit to everybody in there,
I think that's how everybody finds him in some
he was-
random stream.
challenging people to debates. And I was like, all right, let's go see what this guy's all about. And I don't go into things angry, like for no reason.
No.
So
Why
I've
would you?
just been kind of figuring him out, and we disagree on just about everything so far. But I mean, we do it in a friendly manner.
Sure.
He reminds me of Durkee White Castle.
I
He
figured
does.
that.
Big time. Absolutely.
Admit that they're wrong. Can't admit to mistakes. Like, he should just concede and say, yeah, I took the video down. I lied.
What does it matter? What was the video about? Is
Oh,
it embarrassing for him or something?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I didn't like just beat the dog shit out of him, to be fair. I beat the dog shit out of Rash, but Trobs pretty much sat back like a church mouse and just sacrificed, the idiot Rash to the
Yeah,
the
Rash
line,
likes to get
essentially.
angry.
right.
Rash gets angry. He wants to raise his voice.
Yeah, he kept
It
telling me
makes
to
me
shut the
laugh.
fuck up and called me a white piece of trash or something like
He's
that.
a simpleton, that guy, Rash. He's the one who said he bedded an old woman. That's so weird and creepy and degenerate.
Out
That
of
is
any of
weird.
them, out of any of them, I really don't. It's like I try not to not like Rash because I try to get along with everybody. But out of anybody I've streamed with on there, even the loudmouth British guy, like not homoaerobic, I mean homoaerobic, but like the Patrick Rowe guy, the one that was on there. Like I even like him. Like I just don't like Rash.
Who's
yeah,
the
he-
other guy?
he
Who's
said
the
he's
other?
gonna
What?
kick your ass.
Yeah.
What's the guy Zane? He doesn't like that Zane guy, right? Or does he? I forget.
No, he doesn't like Zane either.
I don't know. I keep sexually harassing Zane.
I'm just
Somebody's
starting to
echoing.
meet you guys. You know.
Who's got the echo?
Check.
Like check one, like check two.
Check one.
Check. Sounds. I think it sounds good here.
Maybe it's me.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just started meeting all these people, so I don't know the backstory of like if everybody are friends or if they're enemies or whatnot. I'm just feeling it out. This is the first time I've been on Michael's channel.
Me too. This is the first time I've been on here.
Oh, I think it's coming from you, AJ.
I'm muted. I'm mute again.
I saw in the chat where Kristen said that she subbed, so thanks, Kristen. I'll probably do some more content maybe middle of the week next week for something.
All I know is there's a bunch of. It's through survival.
What's
Okay.
that?
Not me,
Yeah,
echoing.
You're echoing, bud.
Oh, well, let's see.
Are you a boomer?
No, I'm 38.
I
thought I
knew you are.
Thought I closed everything.
I'm a Gen X boomer.
I'm gonna mute you real fast and chat. Okay.
Yes. Here we
Okay.
go. Everything's
Yes,
going
definitely
great.
am.
I'd like to tell you a story all about how my life got turned upside down.
Let me close out and then come back in. Will you
Okay.
drop the link again for me?
Yeah, I can do that. All right.
Jeez Louise.
Did I get any more thumbs down yet? See if Rash showed up? No.
No, one Rash.
Just
Rash
one
not
still.
here.
Just
Just Trob.
Trobs.
Trob, you
Yes.
cowardly baby. Join us, Trob.
Well, I was right,
Join.
wasn't I? He wasn't gonna leave a comment or anything. Quiet as a church mouse.
Durkee, coward. Just like Durkee, a coward.
But yeah, like I don't get like I guess there's some echoing. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah?
somebody's listening in. No, I was making a joke. Echoes in
Aw.
quotation.
I would love
yeah.
to get that guy Rash on here and really pick him apart. How he slept with a 90-year-old woman, where this happened, this story. There's much more to the story, and I fear that there's some sort of rape going down, something sick like that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I've seen that homoerobic. Rash will not admit Mohammed banging a 6-year-old was wrong. He won't. Right. He just refuses to admit it.
Which
He
makes
had
me which makes me laugh because I admitted it was wrong when I came on. I don't know
He
why he
had
kept
a-
dancing around the subject.
a 9-year-old bride. Anybody who sleeps with little kids is a weirdo. I don't understand that. RJJ. I'd love to hear Rash's story of why he slept with the 90-year-old woman, where this happened. We should dig deep into this and find out if this victim has any family members.
Yeah, somebody could sue him or press
Something. This
charges
guy is
against
a
him criminally.
molester.
Right.
Who does that to old women?
Oh, survival's back. Let me add him back in.
All right, check. Is it? Am I still echoing?
Okay, we'll check real fast. No, you seem good now.
Weird. Sorry about
You're
What do you
all right.
think? What do you think about the Rash guy sleeping with a 90-year-old woman?
that. I probably have the same opinion as you. It's freaking pretty odd. Probably not even legal.
I think
don't
That's
know.
it was,
that's fucking gross. Like the chick I slept with was 89. Who the fuck does a 90-year-old? What the fuck?
Shit.
it's called rape. It's called rape. You don't. No 90-year-old woman sleeps with somebody who has sex.
There's
It's
a
called
pretty
like
good
the-
chance she was probably medicated for starters.
Medicated, in a coma. It sounds like Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker.
Now, did he say this? Did he tell you guys that he did this?
Yes, he said he
Oh
slept
my
with a
God.
90-year-old woman.
No, he doesn't say anything about the medication or anything like that. But yes, the 90-year-old woman thing
Is it
that's-
something that he's proud of?
Yeah, apparently.
Very, very proud of.
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
Home Aerobic knows more about it if he wants to join.
Man,
I like
dude.
home aerobic. He should come on.
I think I remember liking home aerobic, but I haven't met you guys all.
Bottom
Yeah.
line is, if you go on a stream and there's a guy who said he slept with a 90-year-old woman, you don't press him on that for facts and details. There's something wrong.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
I would
man,
like to
you need to-
speak with Rash.
unless he's 85 years old or 92
No.
years
See,
old.
like 89
But
is
he's
like the
not.
line.
It's
It becomes
Rash.
wrong. It becomes wrong the minute they reach 90. Like 89 is the line.
I think that's fair.
feel
I'll
exactly
agree
what
with
you're saying.
survival on that one. If he's 85, I can say it's okay to sleep with a
Well-
90-year-old if you're
Well,
85.
didn't Rash say he was like
But
in
he's
his
not.
70s?
No,
But
he's
didn't he say he was
like
in his- he
He
45.
looks like he's 40. Yeah.
He says he's like 45.
He's a
And
predator.
he's wealthy. He's he's retired from the oil industry and he's wealthy. Yet he lives in a shack with no doors.
I was gonna say he doesn't look.
Oh, it's disability,
Wait.
man. Just like Trobs, they're both on disability. They just lie.
Crazy bucks. Crazy bucks. Everybody
I used
gets
to, I used
crazy
to work in the
bucks.
oil field, and if you work in the oil field anywhere, you make money.
Hold on. Home Aerobic said he was 35 at the time and she was 90. He should be put in jail for that.
Boy,
Or probably
That was-
stoned.
Bro.
That was old. She's old enough to be his great grandmother.
It's
That
disgusting.
sounds like something a predator would do.
Exactly.
Oh,
That
it sure
sounds like
does.
something a Muslim would do.
Only a predator would do that.
I know some cool Muslims that wouldn't do anything like that ever.
Think
No
about
real
this.
Muslims.
A 90-year-old woman is not sexually active, doesn't think about that. Her pots are not even made for that no more. So he probably worked in an old folks' home, and this lady was comatose, and he diddled her.
God, that's fucking weird.
It's the only explanation for it.
Okay, I didn't mean to laugh at that, but hearing you say diddle in your voice.
2 dislikes.
Hello,
Rash is
diddle.
here. Rash is here. We have 2 dislikes.
Oh, we got another dislike.
Crazy
I'm
bucks, you need your crazy bucks. Ration Trob, 2 filthy men.
I know that you've got a soundboard over there, and you had a little voice changer, but I just keep picturing you just taking hits off of the helium,
Yeah.
just constantly over there. In my
That's
mind,
so-
I'm like,
That's very slanderous.
to a chipmunk, I'm sorry.
You
Chipmunk
accuse me of
prejudice.
having a board here, and this ain't my real voice. Oh my god.
Of course not. That's your helium voice. I'm picturing it. Just
2
It's
thumbs
on
down, you're
balloons.
right.
2 thumbs down. So, Rash, the old 90-year-old woman herder, you like 90-year-old woman, you creep. And Throb, the liar coward. Join, cowards.
You're right. The dislikes are roll call. That's absolutely right. When it comes to this kind of stuff, we can tell. Right. Like As Traub says, this isn't my first rodeo.
No, this is not our first rodeo. I think Throb would be good at the Dallas Buyers Club. That's the kind of rodeo he likes.
I wonder if he does the bareback rodeo. We can't even tell what you're saying. The voice is so low.
What's the gas that you have to inhale to get that
It's
deep
called-
to get?
Pussy
Union
stank.
gas.
It's called pussy stank.
I know you got a board there though.
It's
Jenkum.
called.
No, I have a board.
Here you go,
I can't
survival. If you inhale Jenkum, you'll sound like that when you talk. You
Is
can
that
go ahead
real?
and-
Because I don't know what
Yes,
something is.
yes, you can Google it. Go ahead and Google it.
No,
I knew there was some.
Zyklon B.
Oh, okay, yeah. You want me to Google that word? I don't know.
Pure
Yeah, Google
Zyklon.
Jenkum.
You can
Maybe.
Google Jankum.
Pure Zyklon B.
Do all you guys have voice changers?
I have it because I have it for the soundboard for my gaming channel.
I mean, you don't
No.
sound like you have anything changed now. Is this your voice?
Yeah, this is my regular voice.
Obviously, Ajax is boarded up. But what about Michael? Is that your real voice, or do you have yours
Flanders.
Yeah,
tuned?
that's me. I'm a black man. I have that Barry White voice, smooth melodies,
He's
that
my
type of thing.
black buddy.
There
He's
you
my
go.
I mean,
black buddy.
you can tell that is Michael's real voice, because if it was a voice changer, you could hear like the static hiss from it be very faint.
I
Exactly.
mean, I'm not worried about it either way, but I just wanted to know what I'm.
He's
who
a
I'm dealing
cool
with.
chocolate person.
There
Well,
you go.
the thing about it is, like, Trobs made the claim that he has a voice changer, and I told Trobs, like, I have a voice changer. For all you know, I could be Michael.
Yeah,
But I use
yeah.
it as a sound. I use it as a soundboard for my game to play like wacky fart noises and like shit when I'm playing, and like somebody
guys-
gets shit
yeah.
on.
You guys have all seen me, right? I think you guys have seen me on T Rob's show. Have you
Yeah, that's
seen
how
my
I
face on
found
there?
who you are. Yeah, I've seen you.
Just
Click
wanted
on
you guys-
Patrick's
You know, I'm
comment.
not pretending to be nobody.
No, I watched your Portland Antifa videos and all that stuff too.
I listen to this.
Oh, yeah.
Patrick Rowe says having sex with a 90-year-old woman seems like it would be a crime unless you were in your 80s or so to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
he's
what we
not
kind of
wrong.
figured.
Well, why don't we? And I'm gonna do a deep dive into this. Maybe we should start investigating Rash's claims of this old woman. Find out where he worked, and see what old people he dealt with. This is real sick.
Well, he lives in
Yeah.
Malaysia, so that's a lot easier said than done.
Oh my God, are you serious, Malaysia?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's another thing. Like me and Rash were talking about third world countries, right? And he wants to discount like the culture of these countries and say it's all about work. And I'm like, no, culturally you have a lot of corruption, such as like old people abuse in your
Yes.
country that leads to it being a third world shithole. Like,
There's
you're
a lot of
sleeping-
things that factor into
yeah,
those
it's not
conditions
just
they
work
live
ethic.
in. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
it's
a lot
not
of
just work
stuff.
ethic.
So
Like,
it must
I
have
would-
been normal. It must have been normal for the employees to do that to people where Rash worked.
Well, I mean, it's a third world. Malaysia's a third world country, so I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised if he hasn't been like under police investigation. I would say yeah, because like somebody somewhere, if it wasn't normal, would have been like it would have snitched on him.
You're making a
Maybe
good
not.
point.
Maybe not though. He could have got away with it. There's many of these joggers who work at old folks' homes who get away with abusing old people.
But what I said when I was using my voice, I said, does Traub work as the bear? Does he do the bareback rodeo?
Bareback rodeo.
I think fake Muslim guy made a good point though with Trobs and the 90-year-old. It's probably fairly normal over there to do that kind of thing. So, like you said, the culture, their culture's okay with just
But he's not their
mistreating
culture,
the
though.
elderly.
He's not from their culture, though. He's going over there and he's having fun with the old dinosaurs, sexing up dinosaurs over there and molesting them.
Wait, so not only Rash, but also T Robs did this?
No,
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 not T-Rob,
no.
just Rush.
Oh.
Rush.
Okay.
He said he was 35 and he slept with a 90-year-old woman.
Predator.
He must pay for this. Oh my God, I'm gonna get so angry. I'm gonna pull out my Tommy gun. Take that, Rush. Take that.
Take that, Rash.
We should also whip him.
Jeez.
I just don't like people who abuse elderly people, and I
No,
hate
sure.
sexual predators. Sexual predators are the worst.
I could see where maybe, what if maybe this woman had like some sort of dementia or what is it?
That makes it worse.
What is it when you get old and
Alzheimer's.
that's what that's the
Alzheimer's?
what they
It could be.
forget.
It could be all. It could
They
be
forget
Alzheimer's
shit.
or dementia.
They forget stuff daily. So he was just abusing someone that would forget that anything even happened the next
That's even
hour.
worse. Well, you know, do you want to know what's absolutely horrifying about dementia and Alzheimer's? Even though you can't remember it in your brain, they still do. Because I used to work in a nursing home. This is how this come up. How I know about it.
Yeah.
Because I was telling them about when I worked in a nursing home and with people with dementia.
So you
It's
went
like,
to a lot of places already, dude.
Yeah, that's why I get so ornery about talking with people about pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Like I busted my ass off, and I'm only like 27.
Jack of all trades.
Well, you
but
still got
master of
time.
none.
You still got some years to go, man. 27.
Yeah, but like
that's like peak. That's peak grind time.
yeah, but like it's annoying. It's annoying. I've worked so many fucking jobs, and just the job market is like illegals, legals.
You don't feel like
It's
you're getting anywhere, or what?
Yeah, like I don't feel like I'm getting any fucking weird.
Well, how could you with Pablo and Javier over there taking your jobs?
That's exactly it. Because like they like legal like people get mad at me like conservatives when they're like you're just a racist. You don't want anybody coming to the country. No, not right now. We take in 1 million people a year. How can we have a strong fucking economy when people can't make money because some legal immigrant? But I'll do that for $3.50.
This country is going to, well, it is Brazil right now. In 10 years, this country's going to be just like Brazil.
Here you go. Speaking of that, Ajax, real fast. I watched this little short documentary today, right before I came in here, and it was Los Angeles. And oh man, I thought I was looking at Brazil. Right.
Yeah, of course. All these major cities look like Brazil right now, and that's what it's going to be. You're going to have the wealthy, the poor, and you're going to have the joggers and everybody else abusing people.
Well, my cousin told me a joke that he learned while he was in the military about America from foreigners and regarding race, and it's about black people. And he was told this by a Japanese or South Korean, I think. And I imagine it went something like this: "You Americans only don't like black people because you have not been around them."
You had to give off
No.
the accent too.
Yeah, well, I mean, I imagine because, like, okay, so in America, there are places where there's not a lot of black people
Sure.
still, and then there's
Yeah.
places where they're the majority.
Thank God.
Well, in Korea, Japan, and all these places where like our Asian allies are, there's places where they're literally only a minority, and they're a problem. Like Okinawa, Japan, they lead in like rape of women there. That's why I think the guy was Japanese instead of South Korean. But he's like, yeah, you only don't like blacks because in your small town there were none.
Are you telling me in Okinawa there's a bunch of black guys raping?
Yeah.
I did not know
Wherever-
that.
The Marine base there is like a large percentage of blacks.
Wherever there is
Those
joggers,
those
in
guys
the world.
generally, though, the Marines, the guys in the military, they're generally not going to be the type of men that are going to go out raping. Those are usually some pretty. The
But
guys
that's
are
why
pretty
that's
good,
why I
you know.
point out.
Generally,
that's-
I think generally that's true survival, but I could give you 3 words that would
Oh.
kind of contradict that. Michael Xavier Johnson. You know who
Yeah.
that is?
I
Yep.
don't.
You don't? Okay, I'll
Doesn't
explain
ring
who
a bell.
Michael Xavier Johnson is real fast. You remember the Dallas BLM shooting? Where they shot 5 cops to death?
Oh, dude, that how
Dallas,
many? Yeah, that was.
20, I think it was 2016.
COVID.
I remember that now. Yeah,
Okay, well, that was Michael Xavier Johnson that did that. Now,
he military member.
he had been kicked out of the military for stealing prescriptions and women's undergarments.
Yeah,
Sounds
I
like
guarantee you there. I guarantee you there's tons of white dudes and other ethnicities that were kicked out for the same
Well,
reason.
I'm
So-
not saying that there's not. I'm just saying that
Yeah, but when you say white people do it too, but yet like the Japanese are literally like, Too many niggas are raping Japanese women. Okinawa must close down.
I have way too many.
That's kind of a problem.
I have way too many black friends to accept that a stereotype.
Well, I mean, you don't have to accept it, but the Japanese government literally came out and said that.
Facts are facts, and I know I have friends of many colors too. But wherever you go in the world where you see African Americans, basketball Americans, the rape, the violence, the AIDS, there's no getting away from statistics and facts.
So my there
This is
isn't,
true.
and the black guys I'm friends with, they're all on the same thought process as that, and they'll point it out just as much as anybody else.
That's why they moved by you.
Yes.
No, these are YouTube buddies, but yeah, a lot of them. No,
So you don't know them and
hey,
you don't live next to them.
I would recommend there's a channel you guys may have even heard of him before. The Hood. Have you heard of Hood Conservative?
No, I haven't. But here you go. I like Anthony Brian Logan. You
Well,
know who
that's
that is,
actually-
right?
I'll check
That's
him out.
actually.
You don't
That's
know who that
actually.
is?
Not off the top.
I like to refer to him as grown-up Urkel. You'll
Okay.
know why as soon as you see him.
Yeah,
So that
we're not
name-
trying
If
to
he's
say
if he's an
that-
intellectual, I'll like him.
Yeah, you'll like him. You'll like him.
We're not trying to say that. I'm not trying to say that every jogger is a bad person or trouble. I'm saying 95% of them are, and that's a fact.
I am.
You can't debate
I
that.
am. No, I am. I am. I don't like him. I don't like him. Enough said.
Hey, Ajax.
Jeez, man, you guys are rough.
No, it's a
Actually,
fact,
no.
though.
No,
Okay.
survival. The simple fact that your guy named himself Hood Conservative literally shows
He's
loyalty
really smart,
to
dude.
their black.
No, he
Okay,
makes
that's
fun.
fine.
That is fair.
It's,
That's
actually-
a bad name. He's got a
no,
point.
it's actually satire though. The guy is brilliant, and he's one of those. He's a brain, dude. But he lives in Brooklyn.
That's
So is the
fine.
hood part
That's
of
fine
it?
and understandable.
Hold on,
There's
hold
got-
on. Let me ask this: is the hood part of the name then based on the fact that he's black, or the
He literally
fact that
lives
he's
in
from
the hood.
Brooklyn?
He literally lives in the hood. But he is
Hey,
a brilliant
hey,
thinker.
Ajax, DB Cooper's hitting me up.
Okay.
DB. So we're gonna.
And
have
then
somebody
a
else
bunch of
join
the other
in.
guys, but he's got a big following, and a lot of the other guys they're just like him, but a lot of them are former military, Air Force guys, Army guys, Navy
Well, this
guys.
brings me back to my point that I said when I first met you in Tribes, right? What
Uh-huh.
multicultural nation that has been multiracial has lasted a significant amount of time?
I would say the Hodge twins are more like comedy, though. Honestly, Andy. I mean, like,
Yeah, they're a little bit they're a little obnoxious even,
yeah.
but yeah, they're comedy. I agree with them a lot of the time, but
Sure.
it's hard to watch because they're just so obnoxious.
I just read the name premeditated rape.
That's one hell of a username there, isn't it?
What kind of name is that?
But yeah, he brings up a good point about the name of your friend's channel, right? Hood Conservative is literally just pandering to like whites who love the based black guy. You know, the whites that say race
Well, that
doesn't
is a lot
exist.
of them. There's a lot of like
It really
white
does
people
sound like that. I think they're
who
making a
really
good
try to
point.
seek out the Candace Owens types.
That's
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
not
So
on-
that is a
Not
good
only
point.
that, if I were black, I'd pretend to, if I were black, I'd make hella money off you guys. I'd
Yep.
pretend to be fucking conservative. I'd be like, shit, dog, the GDP and the fucking GOP and all that's all that matters. Shit, give me money.
Yes, the guys. You'll have to give the guy a chance and go take a look.
I mean,
at him.
I'll give him a
Good point.
chance. I just won't relax around him.
Yeah. All right. Well,
There you
know,
go,
give
Survival. That's ABL's YouTube channel there in the StreamYards chat.
I know who you're talking about, the
Okay.
guy Brian Logan. He's all right. He's pretty cool.
Like I said, I call him Grown Up Urkel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I've ran across him because I used to be on GunTube, which was like a bunch of gunning YouTubers, and that's where he got his start. Him and that Colin, that one fancy pants
don't
uppity
know.
Negro that uses the French word for
Uppity
black.
Negro.
Well, he uses the French word for black.
They know how to seduce these white conservatives, and they take all their money
There's a
and.
lot of grifting.
But
with
don't
the
get me
black
wrong, there are a
conservatives, right?
couple. Like I said, 95% of them are bad. That's just a fact. Why do you say when there's a bad neighborhood? What color is usually that neighborhood? Let's just be honest with ourselves. But there are good ones, like your friends. There are some good ones. 5%, I would say. Because, come on, they're 12% of the country, but their incarceration rate is through the roof. Don't blame it on being poor, because we had poor Irish people, poor everything. So there's no way you can get around that. But like I said, not everyone's bad.
You ever been to BIM, West Virginia?
I just wanted to say, yeah, I grew up in a predominantly white meth town, and it was
It's
poverty-stricken
No,
crime.
Okay, go ahead and talk about the crime.
It
Go
was
ahead.
all white people.
Okay,
Yeah, but were they killing?
murders
Were they
and violent
killing each other?
crimes.
Yeah, were
Probably
they
not
killing
as
each
many. There
other in
wasn't
record
gang-
numbers?
There
No.
wasn't gang mentality. It was most the any kind of violent crime would have had
Property
to be
crime.
done with
So it
that
was
and
mostly
like and drug stuff. You know, if there was
so
like,
it was mostly
you know,
theft and drugs.
there was
Yeah,
some
because
murders.
that's-
Non-violent crime.
It wasn't at the same rate, but it was
Yeah,
a pretty
listen.
skeezy town nobody wants to be in, and there was no
Sure.
black people there. It was just a shitty town.
Yeah, that's understandable. Like you have shit in all races,
Yeah.
but the amount of shit is different for each race.
Yes, big time. Because even the most worst dangerous trailer park is not worse than the ghetto or any of these ghettos. You gotta think about it.
Yeah, I mean,
I haven't
it-
spent any time in the ghetto, so I
But
don't
yeah,
know.
there's a
Come on,
reason. There's a
TV.
reason for that. You see the ghetto and you go, ugh. And keep walking.
Hold on, people. We're all over talking. First of all, that would be anecdotal whether you spent any time in the ghetto or not. Now, I could use an anecdotal example and say that I have spent time in the ghetto, but again, that would be anecdotal. You do know what some of these crime statistics are.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of them.
At least some of them, right?
And
I'm
even
not assuming that you know all of it.
the black guys that I was telling you about, they're the first ones to point it out.
Yeah, because they've experienced it anecdotally on
So
top
do you
of
guys-
knowing things about the stats, right?
Do you guys know of the Manosphere
No.
on YouTube? You haven't heard of the Black Manosphere?
No.
I don't associate with homosexuals, so no.
It does kind of sound gay, to be honest.
It's not gay. It's black conservative talk, and there's tons of
If
guys.
well, you just said gay twice, but anyway, if it sounds like something that's from the MGTOW people, and I really don't fuck with that.
Some of them are like that.
Well, yeah, that's gay.
it's kind of about black dudes getting out of the they're arguing about how the black woman is God and this and that.
You mean black men? You mean that there's black guys out there that don't believe in my dick theory?
Well, here you go.
I
Hold
know
on,
what he's
hold on.
talking about.
I
I've
think
seen
you
it.
guys would like. I think you guys would really like these guys.
Yeah, well,
I've seen
yeah, hold on.
Yeah,
I think-
Kristen, some of those guys are talking about the black pill, and even though I think that the black pill is something different than what they think it is,
Yeah.
but yeah,
I can
it's
see
that-
the pushback from these guys. I can see the angle you're coming from because
So-
in America, the black women dominate the household and the black family. The black women
So,
are the
yeah.
leaders of the black community. It's
And
not
so-
the men.
long story short, yeah, that's the mindset that they have in the Manosphere. Now, my friends have they started out there, and they're like defectors from there, and there's probably I only know like 5 or 6 of them. They're all really cool guys. They get called all kinds of names from the guys in the Manosphere, I don't even want to say the words, but what do you call? I think what is it like? Uncle Tom's, Coons, things like that. They get called that from other black guys.
Oh yeah.
And
that's
because they're
very true.
friends with me, and they think that as like a conservative man, they want to be an individual in America, and they want to literally lift themselves up from the bootstraps. Some of them have, and they're a little bit older than me.
Well,
They've
when
got
you don't have an
trucking
argument,
businesses.
call somebody racist, right? Obviously.
They're not those kind of guys. Yeah, they got away from that.
Well, I'm just saying that the fact that you're saying they get called coon and Uncle
Mhm.
Tom, it's right. It's because these people that call them that have no argument, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
they just call them racist essentially.
Or say that a race traitor or something like
Well,
that.
these are racist slurs,
Yeah,
no matter how
yeah.
you sum it up, right?
I think you guys would like some of these guys, even though they got goofy names or whatever, And I don't think Osalama, I don't think you could troll some of these guys. I think they'd make quick work of you, dude. They're older than me, and
I
they're
literally
pretty
say
wise.
nigger in front of blacks. I don't care.
Hey,
Oh, they'd laugh at you, dude.
I wouldn't
They'd
call
laugh
that
at you.
trolling just by calling a black, the
I don't think that
forbidden
you should.
word.
No. I'm sorry. I literally just got back and heard him say something about. I don't think you'd say that in front of them.
I just don't think that you should. Dude.
No, I think he was saying he doesn't think that trolling them would go over so well for you.
I mean, it wouldn't. They'd laugh at you. It wouldn't even work. Like you could say that. They just laugh and think.
Yeah,
you're a dork.
they're not laughing at me. They're laughing because that's their defense mechanism. The Negro will either
No.
rap or laugh in defense when they don't understand what's going on.
You'll have to meet these guys. They're
Well, here you
I
go,
don't wanna
Survivor.
meet
Hold on. I do have quite a bit of knowledge on what you're talking about here when it comes to trolling some of these types of communities. And I'll tell you, one of the go-tos they have is the same one that Trobs uses and Rash uses. Show your face. Show your face. Show your face. You can't come on my stream unless you
These guys-
dox yourself. Show your
guys-
face.
Yeah, these
Well,
guys are
the-
highly sophisticated. A lot more than that. They don't get into this bullshit.
In
So
stuff.
you
in the
like your
black
monkeys
sphere,
wearing
that-
suits?
in the black sphere, that is a go-to.
Right. They're not like
you
that,
already
though.
know it before you even try it.
I'm
They're
talking
gonna use it.
intellectual thinkers, some brilliant minds here. And Kristen is asking what channel it is, and so he used to have a channel called The Hood Conservative. Now it is Hood Conservative Culture and Politics Review, I think.
Is
Yeah.
most of the people that watch him white or black? I'm curious.
He's got
They're
a pretty
white.
good mix, and there's no. There's mostly black. There's some white, and there's some Mexican. But he's got two channels, and one of them is called the Hood Conservative Culture Politics Review, and the other one is called American Dystopia. He's the same guy. His avatar is of a black Chad.
We'll check it out. Cool.
You know the meme the Chad meme with the guy. It's just like a white guy.
Yes. I was
So
curious.
he's got his turned black.
Hey,
I'm gonna be
Survival,
honest-
real fast. Put something in the chat, and then I'll give you a wrench, and you can just post the link in chat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
Okay.
honest with you, Survival. When America goes through its multicultural phase that is currently happening, all the conservatives that were afraid to take the side of their own race finally live in the world that they're creating. They're gonna fucking hate it, and they're gonna ask all the racists why they didn't fight harder. And you know what? All the racists, you just ask them, why the fuck didn't you fight? Because the simple fact of the matter is, the world that you're building, you can't, like, white flight's not going to be able to happen.
What are you
You're
talking
not gonna-
about right now, dude?
Like, I mean, you know what
You-
I'm talking about.
You're basing
Okay.
this around race alone?
Everything, dude, everything is based around race.
I can ask you this about Candace Owens and them. I like Candace. She's cool. Now, I think here's where she went wrong. By marrying a white guy, the black community is not going to listen to her and Brandon Tatum. They're
That's
not going
right.
to listen to them because they have white wives and husbands.
If you're a black conservative and not a grifter, you only care about access to white people.
No, Ajax is making an excellent point, and I
Yes.
totally agree with everything Ajax is saying here. And the reason why is because the black community, they're more fixated on race than
Yes.
the white community in comparison. Most white people honestly don't give a fuck about
Yep.
their own race, but the blacks do. And when they see leaders, quote unquote, like Candace Owens and Brandon Tatum marrying whites, they feel like that these leaders are essentially race traitors.
Exactly. Because they identify with their own people, so they
Right.
look at them as race traitors. Like, why didn't you marry a black girl from the ghetto or anywhere? Candy, why didn't you marry a black man if you care about men?
This is one of the reasons why with Anthony Bryan Logan that I promote him when it comes to black channels, is because he's one that the
To a
blacks
black
will
woman.
actually follow. He got married like a year or so ago, and he married a black woman.
God bless him.
And now let's face the facts. This guy has some notoriety. He has almost 1 million subs on YouTube. There's plenty of
Yeah,
white
he's doing pretty
conservative women that would have,
Yep.
loved to get them some Anthony Bryan Logan. And he could have had a fair sampling of some white conservative woman Put a ring on it. Could he have not? More than
Yes.
likely, yes.
Conservative black men can get conservative white men, a white lady, pretty easy.
Exactly. But Anthony Brian Logan here
No,
married
No.
himself a black woman.
negative. Unless they're
What do you
secret
mean
liberals,
negative?
no. Because the data is in, and most white women, regardless of political ideology, only want to stay within their race. Only about 20% are willing to.
If you are
That's a fair point.
most of the black conservative men are already have something figured out for themselves. They've got a base. A lot of them are independent. They're not looking for a lady with money. They're not, the left.
Who the fuck wants a woman with money?
Well, here you go. I would say that
the
Candace-
liberal black guys want
Okay, first off,
A
there is
white
no
lady that's
distinction
got some money.
between liberal blacks and blacks.
Yes,
The
there is.
quote unquote liberal black is the base of the black.
right.
It is the basic.
there's
It is the basic
conservative ones are the
lifestyle of
minority.
black.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
don't
mean,
make
like-
friends
like-
with those guys.
Well, I mean, because you don't like black people. You want a
No,
white. You want a
that's
white
not-
presenting black.
Black
man.
people.
No, dude, I
No,
do
no,
not.
no.
That's not-
Survival. I'm telling you, you like almost all other white people want a white presenting black. You want a black man to act.
No, that
That's
makes you
exactly what
racist.
it
What
is.
does white presenting even mean?
You want a black man to act white so you can be friends with him.
What
You
does
don't want
acting
him to be
white
his
mean?
natural-
What does acting white mean to
I
you?
think he's
Being a
basically
kid- being-
saying you want to be able to say you have a token Negro as a friend.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. You
I
want to
don't.
talk.
I just
Then how come you don't hang out with then how come you don't hang out with real blacks? I'm the racist, but you won't even go hang out with real blacks.
I'm not anything like them.
A
What do you-
real
what-
black.
what is
Oh,
real?
no,
What is
it's
real
it's
black?
almost like
Hold on a minute, guys.
what I'm saying.
Like,
Well, he
What
probably
is
doesn't
real
walk
black?
around them, for starters. Let's start with
What-
that.
What does real black mean?
a ghetto black guy wouldn't hang out with any white guys like this because you just wouldn't jive. But a conservative black guy would because they could get along more.
Right.
But
I get
that's
along
the
with
thing.
everybody to a
My
certain
point
extent.
my point is
understandable.
the vast majority of blacks are not conservative.
No, they're not.
I like being
Yeah.
around people I can learn something from.
You like being around people that are alike
Smart.
mind,
I like being around
the
smart
same
people.
as you.
I don't care what color they are. If they're smart, I like being around them.
And don't you think that's why I'm not a racist now? But don't you think that's why? And that's a Frankfurt School term. And is don't you know that's why that the white race is becoming a minority and we're being abused and being tortured and it's going to happen worse? You know what South Africa is. So don't you think we should, sort of stuck with our own and this mindset, especially that you have? You seem like a cool guy, but your mindset is the death of your own people.
We have the majority in this country right now.
Yeah.
And
Not for
No.
long, buddy.
No,
Not
Well,
for
that's
long.
okay.
You've
We
taken in
also-
a
we also have several. I mean, as if you're going to be white skinned, right? Where did you come? Where did you actually originate from? Somewhere in Europe or Scandinavia or Russia or
Yeah.
those people are out there too. If you're so concerned
homes are
about,
being
if you're so
invaded, sir.
concerned
But
about
their
who you're
homes are
around,
also
you can
being
always go
invaded.
there.
Their
Yeah,
homes are also. How come 2 years ago when white people, when white nationalist types, because I've been all around this in politics, survival, you said you know them. How come when they pointed out that what is happening to white nations, they correctly defined it as genocide unto the UN, but the UN literally changed their definition of genocide.
Yeah, that's not cool. And I don't like that.
That's
there's
a good
so
point.
much illegal immigration
See,
happening right now.
the-
Where our borders are being flooded. But
The only
I
reason I
hate-
get
I
so
hate that.
angry, the only reason I get
Oh,
so
I didn't-
angry and
I didn't
talk,
know you were
talk
angry.
angry to, well, I am angry about this. The only
Well-
reason I get so angry and disrespectful towards guys like you who are white, for one, I've been like that. I've been where you're at, and I'm telling you, I used to live with blacks. I've met the conservative black guy. I've met the liberal white guy. They literally all will pick their race over you. If you think I'm wrong, you're a fool.
I don't even care if they do. Like, really.
Okay, then,
I'm-
but that's the thing. When my biggest worry is for people like you. When all the racial shit finally goes down, and it is coming. If you don't see it,
it's already here.
it's fine. But when all the racial shit comes down, why should people like me who see race go on your behalf and say no? We should let him into the tribe. We should let in my opinion, we should let these people have you.
Hey, I
Who
gotta
wanted to
check
be
my
their
door
friend?
real fast. I think somebody might be at my door. I'll be right
I
back.
wonder if Trob's watching this. It turned from a Trob debate.
Maybe
to
it's
a
Trob's at my door.
political.
He's coming to fucking stab me.
Trob's gonna kill Fair Mike. He's gonna be at his go with a pentagram on his head, eating a goat's liver, and he's gonna
And
sit
like,
there.
and the reason, like, I try to hide this stuff not because I feel like it's wrong, but because it winds up taking over the conversation.
Not
And
only
most of the
that,
time, I
it
just try to
destroys
have
your.
fun.
Man, you guys
Drink
are going
it.
hard. Premeditated rape's going hard on me. That's
Well, I mean, you
let
gotta-
me
you
try
gotta-
to
you
see
gotta-
what. Let me try to understand what you're actually saying here, because I don't
Our
want
race
to
is
be,
under
I
attack
don't
and we're
want to.
dying.
I don't want to be a well. Only if you
Our
perceive
race
it
is
that
un-
way.
Our race is under attack from multiple fronts, and people like you are telling
let him
those of
answer.
us ready to fight.
Let him answer.
Okay, so I just I want. How's the white race under attack is what I want to know, because I do know. I mean, I
How
can
is
see it. I can
how is
see
it
it
not?
on the well.
Well,
I can
I'll give
see
a
it-
quick thing,
Yeah.
like a moderator for a minute. He means that, all right, our country's being invaded, which you agreed to. European countries are being invaded. You know that with the Muslims, the migrants, and all that stuff. So that's what he's talking about when he says his
It was just my
race is
daughter.
being wiped out.
Yeah, I see it all happening. I see it all too.
Okay, then,
Exactly
then
what
why
you're saying.
did you then why did you just ask me what do I mean if you can see it? Because our culture, our religion, our everything that we have is under attack. And the only thing that separates you from tribes in my mind is you're not a complete idiot. He tried like okay, here's the thing. We're under
I
attack.
don't want to. I just don't want to feel like I'm under attack, I guess. And when you point
That's
it out
the
like
problem.
that, I do see. I think that it's. So let's,
Most Americans
so
are like that.
let's say
sadly.
let me agree with you and say we are. What do we do? What do we do with this? How do we go from here?
We begin
Okay.
organizing. All we can do is organize. If we say anything other than that, you'll have the FBI knocking on your door because the government fears white men.
Well,
They're
all I can say is here's what we do. You stay with your own, like when I'm talking about marriage, children. Tell your children to have the same children as yours, white children. And you don't have to hate people or nothing, but keep with your own. Take care of yourself and your family and your community, and that's all you can do right now. The
Yeah,
average person.
I'm
There you
married
go.
to a white woman.
I would
have
say
a
this.
white
Hold
wife.
on.
So,
Oh, I know. God bless you for
Hold
that.
on, real fast. I would say this.
there would be nothing wrong
Okay.
if I had fallen in love with a Latino girl or a black girl or anything.
You have to
Okay.
acknowledge that it's happening first. You're asking survival. What do we do? I would say the first thing is to acknowledge that it's actually happening.
And it is. I see it. I do see
Right.
And
it
that's
for
my
sure.
point. Like, I'm not hating on you for saying like if you fall in love with, but I would think it's wrong to fall in love with a woman of another race because it's destroying your own. And I understand it happens like organically and stuff. I still don't agree with it, but when they're pushing it down our kids' throats constantly, like they're doing, and it seems like they want to destroy all European people in the world. It's really sick. Happens to my Palestinians.
Well, here you go. Talking about the pushing it down your throats thing. Now, I don't know how many of you guys watch TV or not, but have you not noticed that all of the commercials are either
Yes.
HIV medication commercials or with some kind of interracial or gay couple?
Yeah.
Dude,
Every commercial is
if you
interracial.
Google-
okay?
if you Google like I forget what it is, you Google like white woman or white couple or something, or not white couple, but I forget what it is, but it's only black guys and white girls for some reason.
Exactly.
I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
That's
so you
pushing
see it,
propaganda
okay.
on you.
Yeah, hell,
So
I had to
let
quit
me-
Google, man. I'd get ducked.
Well, listen, Muslim guy, this guy's survival totally agrees with like
Yeah.
basically everything you're saying, and he lives the way that you're saying, like his family's way, all that and stuff.
But
But
that's
like,
the
if this
thing.
guy came out and said anything at his work or something, they would fire him and ruin his life.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I get that. If you don't say anything in public, I understand that. But when you absolutely naysay somebody on any aspect, like the thing that you can do, survival, if you agree with what I'm saying and you hear what I'm saying and you see it for yourself, just don't naysay. If you can't say yes because of your job, just don't say anything at all. That's the best solution.
Yeah.
Because they're-
nationality, I'm
they're-
American.
Well,
I mean,
my basic on it is if you're on YouTube and you can take care of your family, don't say nothing because if you say any of these things that we've just spoke about, your algorithms get buried. You can get looked up by the FBI. It's really creepy. So just do what you're living.
Good.
Tell your
Yeah,
kids
yeah.
to marry their own kind, and you'll be okay. The whole world will be okay.
Well, that's what my parents and grandparents did to me and told me, and so I will continue tradition. I just don't want to. I hate feeling like a victim. I don't want to ever feel like a victim. But when we're talking about this just slow
You're being victimized.
genocide, yeah, the slow genocide that the left is pulling on us, this the communist fucking takeover bullshit they're doing. I don't want to feel like a victim, but at the same time, they do it so slowly that I see it happening. Like you guys
It's
are saying,
progressed. The
Survive-
storybook, tranny storybook owl, all that stuff to like
fucking
children.
hell, you know, what do you do with that shit? Get that the
The
fuck
only,
out
the
of
only
here,
way,
right?
the only
Yeah.
way you stop it is you feel like a victim now, so you don't end up with a fucking pistol to the back of your head later.
Well, think about this. Let's say if your kid did go to a school, you had a great job, and you put them in this
Electrical.
expensive school, and they try to teach them this storybook hour stuff. You go there, take your kid out of school. They're gonna
Oh
call
fuck yeah!
parent
If I had
services.
a kid, they'd be homeschooled with my wife.
Yes, smart. Because here's what's gonna happen:
Yeah, that
when you
sounds
go
good to
take them out of school and speak up against it, you're gonna go to the CIA's gonna come look at you all that way at parent services.
I still might go down to my little school board meetings because I make a lot of money, and so does my wife, and our taxes still go to our local
Yeah,
school board.
Right. They'll try to
I'll
say
go down
something
there.
to you though. They will about not having a kid in the school.
Oh, you
They-
tell them
they
shut
will.
the
care,
fuck
my
up
money
because your
still goes there.
taxes. Yeah, your taxes still go through it. You have a right to speak up because your taxes go through it.
Now, I will
That's
say
why-
this. Here you go. Since you don't have children's survival, now again, this is kind of I shouldn't present this in the way I am because it's bad logic to use this as a way of saying this, but
Subjective.
yeah.
So
right.
God.
Here you go. The stuff in the schools is real. The shit you're hearing about on news it's fucking real, man. Like
know.
I have a kid in high school, you know, like I've seen the papers. I've taught my kid about this for years anyhow, before the real hard push for this stuff started happening. So we were able to identify it quick when it started. I mean, it's definitely real. The stuff that they're trying to push on these kids is
I know, dude.
it's bad. It's real bad.
So which way were you gonna portray it then? I mean, you said it might come across.
It's basically anecdotal.
Well, I know it's bad, dude. I know it's.
I'm presenting it as
sex ed
from
stuff
a
they got for
position of
kids.
anecdotal evidence.
Yeah, the sexual education is like they should
Bro,
not have that. They should go to the
weird.
parents. The parents.
Have you
can
seen some of
teach
those
them.
pictures? Sorry, didn't want to cut you off.
That's my fault. Sorry.
No, those pictures though. Have you seen some of the screenshots of like the story that they're reading? It's like there's a couple of dudes blowing each other. And
Yeah,
this
I
is
don't-
like
I don't
they're
need the
like-
screenshots.
pedophiles, bro.
I don't need the
Never seen
screenshots.
that
What I'm
shit.
saying is,
Yeah.
I've seen the papers. The papers have come home.
Oh yeah, you have a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
They're fucking
bad.
pedophiles, bro. And you know what you do with pedophiles? You know what you do with pedophiles?
Let's
Wait.
hear it.
How bad?
Hold on,
are the
hold on.
pictures? Like
You
what
know
are
what you
they
do with
about?
pedophiles? This is what you do with pedophiles.
In the
I knew it was on
papers?
Corey.
You let them go swim in hot tubs
Yeah,
that
cement
are,
shoes.
that are on top of mountains
What
with,
kind of
with
stuff?
red
I
water.
don't have I don't have no kids, so I'm asking you two guys. What kind of stuff are they sending home to your kids?
Oh, it's
pictures?
well. Here you go. What you hear in the news, just to be as simple about it as I can, not get too complicated or long-winded. It's what they say on TV is basically how it's happening. The CRT stuff, the sexual perversion stuff. I mean,
So
it's
they're
real.
sending home pictures. They're showing your kid pictures in school. Your son pictures in school of like sex stuff.
Well,
Yeah, they're literally sending. Depends on the state. Like California, they're literally telling kids to experiment with anal and gay sex.
Jesus Christ!
In more conservative states, they're just sending home basically what amounts to porn.
I believe that belongs to the family. Should teach you about the birds and the bees. If you're a boy, your dad. I guess if you're a little girl, the mom. And they teach you about the birds and the bees at that time in your age. Let a child be a child. They're taking the innocence away from the kids. It's real sick.
This goes to the question that Survival asked about in T-Rob's streams, like, how do you deal with the pussification of America? Like, I feel like the answer I gave is about the only way. If anybody was there for that.
Yeah, and in the meantime, we can make fun of Trob and Rash, because I'd really like to know about that old woman, because that doesn't sound like a voluntary... What 90-year-old woman is going to voluntarily sleep with somebody? It's
There
not
you
going to
go.
happen.
Speaking of Trobs and Rash, real fast here too. Survival. One of the reasons Trobs says that I'm not around there is because I'm such this horrible monster racist, you know. And you've been in stream with me now. If you had to say which one of us was the worst racist, who would you say?
Asalama.
That's what I would say as well.
It makes me uncomfortable too, really.
So
I mean,
who
I'm
goes
trying
on
to
You
top
find
should
three?
feel uncomfortable. Hey, look, all I'm saying is
I'm trying to
Me?
understand your points and everything, you know.
me and you in front of the fireplace with my hand on your thigh, quoting racial statistics.
You sick bastard.
Right there.
Well, put it this
Right
way.
there.
I'm half Palestinian, and
No, that's
I
weird, bro.
understand... And I understand what he says. I agree with him, and I am half Palestinian. Half Palestinian.
So I think
Only-
it's
only white-
hold on, everybody. I think it's safe to say then, Survival, that Trob's excuse about my racist ways being one of his reasons why I'm not allowed is yet again another lie, right? Because
Well,
Asalam comes on all the time, does he not?
All
does.
Trobs is going to say that
And
I was
Rash comes on all
disingenuous.
the times, does he not?
Yeah, I see him all the time, or for the last
And
couple of
and
weeks.
these are both people who have said things that would be interpreted as far more racist than the things that I have said.
Well, the thing is, it's a simple fix with me. He might not just let me on. He might not let me on now after
Well,
the stream.
you run the risk of that just by being on this stream,
Yeah,
right?
well, I mean,
Regardless
it
of what you
just
said.
it just shows that he's disingenuous and trying not to look bad about you.
I just
Because-
hear Saint Mike just saying statistics. I never hear him saying racial stuff because I'm Palestinian, so I never heard him
Well,
call me a towel person or nothing.
Yeah, me and
Well,
Ajax
what's-
have been friends for years.
Exactly.
What's funny about this, right? Is only white people hate what I say.
Yes,
I've made
yes.
I've made black people laugh their asses off. I've made Jews laugh. I've made Asians laugh. I've only ever really had white women and conservative men get.
Oh, because I don't think they want to be lumped into that category. That's
I
why.
definitely don't want to be lumped into any racist category at all.
No, you shouldn't be because they'll take your home, your
Why?
family.
Why are you?
your
Are you?
things.
Why are you afraid? Are you
The
afraid something
company
bad's
that
gonna
the
happen?
company that I work for is
Okay, so how
Yeah,
do
he
you
could
think
lose
liberal,
that's-
everything
dude.
he has for it, right?
Okay,
I
so
can listen, Muslim guy. I can understand why a guy like this comes on here and doesn't want to talk politics and all this stuff. Why should he make a channel about politics and then lose everything he has?
Well, he
And
can talk politics, but he can't talk race.
No, not race. No,
Not
race.
race.
That's what I mean. Anything
Not
racial
race.
nowadays, they're gonna hone in on you. Make sure you lose your
Right.
job. It's sad, but you
to
gotta
be
live
honest,
it. Though.
just being on a stream with me, he could lose his job.
True. Yeah, that's the sad part.
Let's be real about it, and that's the thing. That shit like that is what made me racist.
No, they could go
I mean-
back and listen to it, and they'd be like, "All right, well, you're okay.
No, I
You're okay,
guarantee
Survival."
you're a white man on a stream with me. Absolutely not being militant, not saying I'll kill you for being a racist, you evil Nazi. They will fire you. They will fire you.
There's
I've
a
seen
fair
it
chance
happen.
of that, right? There really is.
And the fact that you show your face all the time, so they'll know it's you.
If you're not pushing back on him hard, then
Well, why?
based on how liberal
Why would
they
anybody
are,
want to do that to me, though?
Because
I wouldn't,
because
but
leftists are fucking evil,
they are.
bro.
They
Have
are.
you
that's
not
true.
have you not been paying attention? We are
No.
literally fighting the children of Satan. This is a fucking holy crusade, homie.
They want you to starve to death unless you get, Mexican beer stuff
That's true.
stuck in your arm.
But the smart
You're
thing
right.
for him to do is to keep doing what he's doing, not going, let's say going start a YouTube channel and screaming this stuff. They keep just doing what he's doing. At least you're aware of it. Teach your kids this, though. Just make sure you teach your kids, though, because I'm a Palestinian man, and all of us Palestinians are very proud to be Palestinian.
This whole time I thought
100%.
you were a girl. That's crazy.
No, I'm not.
It's just the voice changer.
Yeah, I get it.
Well, fuck. Are you guys mad at me because I'm not racist? Or like, I feel like
No,
everyone's
no,
just
no,
mad
I
at me,
completely
man.
understand. I completely understand. Like, I don't
Really
expect all whites to be racist.
I feel
No,
like
the thing is, the only time people,
Premeditated has some funny ass fucking comments in here. I don't know if the people are hating on me or if they're making
the,
having fun. I don't know, man.
the only time people like me get mad at whites is when it's like, there's a difference between people like you and Trobs, right? Even though y'all are pretty much the same politically, y'all
No,
all
I'm-
hate race. No, listen to me.
Okay.
I wouldn't
Y'all
say that's a
all
fair statement at all.
As far as the race goes, politically, they're the same. You know what I'm saying? They hate the racists for whatever dumbass reason.
I don't know. I think Trobs has turned the blind eye to the
But
white
that's the thing.
racism.
What do you guys want? You guys want me to do a little dance with my shirt off and get my
I'm
sword
not
out?
asking you to do anything.
No.
I don't have a sword, first of all.
What I'm trying to say is, you and Trobs
damn.
may not be politically in agreement, right? But when it comes to the racial issue, y'all still like work together, are at an agreement that racism is bad, and you both stand in the way of white people unifying and standing up for their own interests.
Well, when you say white, can you tell me?
You know what I
do you
mean. Don't
do you
be
mean
disingenuous.
European descent? Or do you mean, are you talking Irish or Swedish or fucking what, dude?
That's
German?
White, you're European. If you're white, you're of European descent.
Russian? Scandinavian? Dude, there's
all,
white people.
all
There's like white
European.
Latinos, dude.
True, but
Well,
How about the
they're
ones
called-
that get blamed for everything? How's that for a definition?
Yeah. Whatever the liberals are calling white is what we'll accept at this point.
Yeah, I'll accept that as a definition. Right.
Alright,
The
dude.
people who are always blamed for holding everybody down. Those
I wouldn't say I
people.
put this guy Trav on his survival. Seems like an infinite better person than this Trav guy. He's got
Yeah, I
a
like
girlfriend,
survival.
gonna have kids and stuff. He's got a home. He's
I'm just a
productive
regular
job.
fucking guy. I'm just like your everyday average white dude, you know?
And that's
And
why I
that's
just
But I'm not a liberal.
see,
No,
that's the
I
pro-
can
that's the
pass for
problem.
either one. You pass though. I'm like,
Didn't you say
Every
you
day-
used to be a liberal though?
I was when I was a kid. I didn't know any better. I went to school. So
That's kinda
I live up
natural,
in the
to be
west,
fair.
the Pacific Northwest, and it is just. I mean, for me, it sucks ass because taxes are high. As fuck.
California refugee areas, right?
electrical
It's up there,
existence.
yeah.
Sorry to cut you off, guys. Electoral existence. I am Palestinian. Okay.
Yeah, you
That's
get
right.
the California refugee crisis.
I'm the
in
cookie cutter
your area.
fucking white dude, and yeah, I fucking hate this liberal bullshit. But at the same time, I bought a house in 2009, and now it's worth $500,000.
Awesome.
And it's hard to fucking want to if I could relocate somewhere right now pretty easily, but the job that I have is a pretty good like career job that I will retire from.
See,
Probably relocate
that's-
after that.
That's why I'm what's called an accelerationist, and I'm fine with the economy collapsing. Because see, I'm a good old Southern boy. I know how to hunt. I know how to fish. I can farm. I can make my own clothes. I mean, I know pretty much. I know how to do the basics of almost everything. That's why that's one thing that kind of pissed me off about Trobs. I was offering to teach him some basic life skills. I was like, no, I don't want to learn that. I don't want to know how to do that stuff.
Yeah, dude, I was there,
I'm
right?
like, what the?
I was
Yeah,
with
I'm
you.
like, what the
I was
fuck?
like, what kind of man doesn't want to learn a free fucking life lesson?
Does he live in the woods,
Beneficial.
Jobs? Does
Well,
Trav live-
Traub said he was a redneck, but I'm like, no, you're not. First off, you're not a racist. I'm a
What?
redneck.
What area? Like, I'm
Second
not
off-
saying I'm not trying to dox
He
Trav,
said he said he's from South Carolina, I think.
in the wooded area or city.
That's what he claims.
So why wouldn't he want to learn survivalist stuff? That's pretty cool, especially if you live in the woods. Near the woods.
Kakalaki.
Appalachia. Yep, Appalachia.
Kakalaki.
I grew up in the woods on a farm with like,
Hell
we
yeah.
had some pastures and we were raising cattle. We grew gardens. We had a couple creeks that we'd fish out there
See,
on 8 acres. We learned from a real young age how to just kind of use the land and get by.
To me, that's what makes you an American. Being white and doing that shit, that's what makes you an American.
Well, you some of your neighbors, man. Some of your neighbors might not have any pasture, so you say, "Hey, you guys want to go in on a beef with us?" And they're like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, how much?"
What's that mean?
You give them a little, but you get a little bit of a cow. You get some burger, or you get some steak.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
I
you-
mean, shit.
okay.
Like, so me and one of the homies, like, we do that. We buy a quarter of a cow for like $150, $200, and we'll literally, that's enough meat for us for like 3 or 4 months out of the year.
Yeah. Do
Like-
you have the pasture, or are you doing it with one of your buddies?
There's a farmer that lives behind my house because like I'm right where the wooded area goes, and like there's no law that says I can't shoot off into the woods. But when I was shooting my AR, I started accidentally pegging some of his cows in the leg,
Oh, fuck.
and he's like, "Hey, if you don't do that and you come like work off the damages to this bovine, I literally just make a deal where if you bale some hay, friend like throws in some
Yep,
money."
exactly, man. That's
Like,
how it
you
works
can-
out in the
yeah,
country.
we-
You know?
When we slaughter these fucking
So-
heifers, you can have like, or no, it's not heifer. They do the male.
What do you think Trob does for work?
I already
Freelance
said
writer. Freelance
he
writer.
said he says that he's a freelance writer. but
somebody
I
said
can-
he writes gay male porn, erotic
that was
porn.
me. That was me in survival. Actually, we
Okay,
were
but I'm
playing off
saying,
each other.
what pays the bills? It must be crazy bucks.
Crazy bucks. Yep, crazy bucks.
There's no way that man holds on a job.
Social
He's
Security,
definitely-
disability, right?
I don't know him well enough to want to just bash on him when he's not here. But
Well, he is
you
here.
know,
Look at all the thumbs down. It's
Well,
Trump's
I
Wow,
wish
dude.
I
he
wish
knows,
he would
he knows
come
of
on.
this channel. He's
I wish he was
referenced
here
my
too.
Stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
knows.
like because like me and you have not said anything we wouldn't say on stream other than like my views on race, and that's just because he asked me not to.
Here you go. Hold on. Like
Jobs won't join.
no, hold on. Trobs knows my channel. He's referenced my content in his streams. He scheduled his stream for 8 o'clock Eastern time tonight, which people in the chat have already said that's pretty unusually early for old Trobs, because I scheduled mine at 5 tonight. So Trobs has definitely come and watched some of this, if not is watching this right now. And yes, he is
maybe
elected
I am.
to
Andy.
join us.
Andy 504. Maybe I am.
No, Andy, no, he's not. Trobs has literally said on stream that he is a freelance writer.
Yeah, that's what he says, dude. That's
Yeah, like
But as far as talking about him when he can't defend himself,
He could
no,
join.
that's utter nonsense.
well,
Well,
yeah,
you
He
well,
guys-
knows
just
this
you
is
guys-
going on right now.
yeah. You
Just
guys
to
know him a
clarify-
lot better than I do, so it's no.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
then
Actually-
again, since I know him better than you, I'm telling you,
yeah,
he
I'll
is
just
well
listen.
aware that we are streaming right now, and
Okay.
that he
Actually,
is
I don't-
fully
I don't know him
able
very
to come
well at
defend
all.
himself. He
I
don't
just
know
doesn't
him
have
very
the
well at all.
balls to do it.
There's a
So-
StreamYard link right there, so he could join anytime.
So just to clarify, if he were to like come on, if he were to try to come on, you would be fair with him and like let him on.
Well, first of all, he could come in, right? But first of all, I want the public apology. First, before anything, I want the public apology. I want him to admit that he lied about me taking down his live stream, that he took down his own live stream, and admit that he has been spreading lies about me to protect his own ego. I want that first. Because
Now, let me
let's
ask
face it,
you
everybody
this.
on here, everybody, we can all agree I've presented evidence, right? We can agree on that at least, that I have presented evidence that he took
Yeah.
down his own stream.
Removed by an uploader.
Now, we also know that Trobs has made allegations against me in regards to his stream being taken down and has presented no evidence, right?
I don't know. Probably.
Well, it's true. He has presented no evidence. So, yes, I want the public apology. He's more than welcome to come in, but I want him to apologize first and foremost. Either that or go straight to showing his YouTube studio channel violation section and to put the whole issue to rest.
Yeah.
Face the
it's like-
facts, he ain't going to do that.
You know what? When you get when they do take one of your videos down, they email you with the reason why they took it down and everything. So he could like screenshot that safely without doxing himself, and even present that if that's what happened. But
No,
you know,
I want to see
probably
the
not gonna happen.
YouTube studio channel violations. He doesn't have to dox himself to show that.
Yeah.
He does not have to dox himself to show that. And you've had strikes before, Survival, so you know exactly
Oh,
what
yeah.
I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, you get emails. Yeah, they tell you exactly why they took it down.
YouTube studio channel violations.
exactly. And mine was for minor dumb shit, and I'm not even that big of a streamer. I only have 1,400 subscribers, but nobody should be coming to me for medical information in the first place. I'm not a
Of
fucking
course not,
doctor.
right.
I'm not a fucking doctor.
None
So
of
why
us
does
are,
YouTube
right.
give a fuck? You know,
Oh,
Why does YouTube-
they're afraid of your reach survival. All 17 to 38 people who watched you live.
Yeah, it's
they
serious.
fear of your massive
Yeah.
reach.
Oh my god, isn't that weird, man?
All the disinformation and misinformation you can spread with the whole 37 people that watched you on a live stream saying that.
That would be a good live stream if I had 37 people. That's what I consider a good one. I think
There
the
you go.
most I've ever had live is maybe in the low 40s.
That's
I don't know
twice
if you
as much
guys-
as we got here.
Yeah, and that's a really good one. If you get 40 people watching, man, that's a good one to me, in my opinion. I mean, you see these guys that have been doing this forever for whatever reason they're popular. They get thousands of people, and then
'Cause
the
they get
chat just
forced.
goes.
They get forced up in the algorithm.
And then
That's
the
why,
chat,
obviously.
the chat's no fun at all because it just streams by really fast and you can't make any friends. You can't laugh at anybody's jokes because everybody's things are just flying by.
I changed my profile picture to me having some fun with my Muslim wife.
Oh,
You're
Oh my
sick.
god, dude.
yeah.
Say I won't. Say I won't.
The goat.
You know what?
What's in my name?
Gone.
Well, that's a whole lot of rounds to put in a goat.
True.
I
was
got
thinking.
people beating me up on a comment I made about some guys slaughtering. I don't think it might have been a goat, but it was a YouTube short, and it said like the nicest, sweetest man I've ever met, and he wants to go slaughter an animal, something along that. And I fucking I just quoted it. All I did is put it in quotes, and I've got like 1,000 comments on my stupid comment telling me about it's cultural, dude. I'm like, all right, fucking whatever, dude, whatever.
It's cultural.
hmm
That's a
They're
weird
like-
culture, wouldn't you say?
They're like, yo, you must live in the city because this is cultural out here. Oh, whatever, man. I used to live in the country too, slaughter cows. That's not something that we fucking rushed and wanted to go do all the time.
I think Patrick makes a good point. You could wake up tomorrow and be a freelance raider. Why not? Trobs can do it. Why can't you?
Anybody
Excellent
could be a
point,
freelance
Patrick.
writer. Literally anyone can. All you have to do is write stuff on paper.
You could
He
be
doesn't
the
get
next Stanley
paid for that
Kubrick.
shite. He don't get paid for that. No,
No,
way,
of course
Jose. Like I said, he lives off crazy bucks and some family maybe give him money.
You ever met anyone or had any? You guys, I don't know what kind of social media you guys are on, but you ever know somebody that's like so long-winded with their comments that you're like, you just need to write a book and stop sending me these things. You ever met anybody
Yeah.
like that?
Trobs.
Trobs.
No, I mean, I'm on I got a Telegram account and I got a Discord account, and some people will just blow it up. And it's like, why are you doing this? You must be bored out of your mind. You need to just start writing a book, become a freelance writer, and leave me the fuck alone.
Hey, Survival, I want to introduce you. Like, I'm using my cousin Tyrone's profile pic. This is him when he was like going to rob some white people. He's like, give me all your money. Yeah, cuz.
And you're not gonna trigger me, dude. But whatever, dude. You do your thing.
Nah, I'm just being a little shithead.
That's
actually
a
trying to
thing
find-
from Star Wars. That's
Yeah,
a
pretty
Jawa.
premeditated.
What he robbed? a Wookiee?
Jawas.
What's premeditated got here for me? He said instead of the adult romance, maybe switch it up to the young adult novels. Really get your name out there, you know. Think of the power that comes with such a thing. Man, you know what? That's a good point. Maybe we do a little twist on that, though. I might start writing these romance and maybe graphic novels about 90-year-old women.
This is my new profile pic.
Well, Rash, listen, people really need
Oh
to
my
look
God.
into Rash's old lady claim. That needs to be delved
my
into more. Find out.
Sorry, I'll change that profile pic.
Was that Kyle Rittenhouse?
That's his day at Bernie's.
I think Kyle Rittenhouse should walk. In my
Yes,
opinion.
free
Yeah,
Kyle.
I do too. I do too. Free Kyle.
Yeah.
Good, but you know, Trobs doesn't.
No, of course not.
Really? He thinks Rittenhouse should go to jail?
He
Yes,
thinks he's a white supremacist because that's what the media told him.
right.
Does he really?
Oh yeah.
What a shame.
No, like Kyle Rittenhouse. Boy, I remember when that first happened, and the only thing they could dig up on him, as far as trying to smear him with like some actual proof of white supremacy, was that he was had posted some pro-police things. And that was it. That was like the worst they could do.
Well, he was trying to be like he was trying to intern with the fire department, police department. I thought something along
He was
those
an
lines.
explorer. An explorer.
Yeah, he's a kid. He's a little fucking kid.
He was a
For
good
goodness
kid.
sakes. Yeah,
Trying
he's a
to put
good
out
kid.
fires, protect his friend's car lot.
Yeah.
But
I
you know
hope
what?
premeditated said
lawyer.
he'll walk. I really hope he does. And you know, there's probably going to be a backlash to that happening, and I disagree with the backlash 100%.
Well,
I think what Lecter said, they're gonna try to make an example out of Kyle and like make him go to do life in prison, God forbid.
I hope not. But if he does walk or go with limited charges, we will see. I think the current administration will target the Second Amendment, and there will be more regulation, which is something
Yes.
we don't need.
Put it this way, Kyle Rittenhouse, the only reason he's gonna get off if he does, because the guys he shot were white and Jewish. If he
Yeah.
would have shot a black guy, if they were chasing him down, doing the same thing, let's say the same exact thing with Kyle, but the two assailants were black guys, he would not get off. There would be BLM outside the courthouse, and then it's mob justice, and then the judge and the prosecutors, they do what the mob wants them to do.
this
So
is why I
Kyle-
think all the talk of the riots, the potential of riots in Kenosha is nonsense.
Well, I hope you're right. I hope you and Ice Wolf are right, 100%, man. I don't want to see that happening. I hope
Well,
you
then
guys
you-
are.
And
I
it's
hope you
based
guys
on
are
what
right.
Ajax is saying. The fact that there's no blacks
Yep.
involved in this tells me that
He's got it.
BLM won't show up.
Yeah, I
They're
think
not gonna show
I think
up.
homoerobic is. in
You'll
the
get
back,
Antifa showing up,
You'll
maybe.
have
But
a small
yeah, he is.
a small handful of Antifa idiots,
I
and
think
that's
he wants
not going
on.
to. It's the
Antifa is
racial,
just transgenders and homosexuals.
exactly.
So,
The racial component is what sways everything.
right.
And like I said, thank God Kyle didn't shoot anybody but those two Jewish boys.
I mean, I would have thought he would have shot anyone that was
Hey,
attacking him. Doesn't
guys hear
matter the race. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
DB Cooper. How you doing?
we got homoerobic up here.
No, that's
DB,
DB
okay.
Cooper.
You guys hear me?
DB,
Yeah,
my hero, DB Cooper.
we hear you, Coop.
Hey,
Dude, nobody ever found your money, bro.
okay.
We
Well,
have
the
it.
one thing about the trial about Kyle is the biggest thing is he shot. If it was obviously two black people, there would be riots, and they.
Yep.
But the reason they're going after him is you have a Jewish district attorney who's kvetching, and he's throwing the case out the window. What people don't realize, why they're really going after him, is because he shot two Jews. Okay, most Americans don't understand that connection. Okay, there were two Jewish boys who happened to be both pedophiles. Wow, what are the chances of that? Oh, very
Shocking.
good. But the thing is this: that is why they're really going after him. And the thing is, you got to understand. The only thing he has to worry about, is how they pick the jury. What they're doing now with picking juries, they're actually using AI. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but what
No,
they're
I
doing.
did not know this.
Okay, now check this out, right? I watched this program. This guy who's a scientist was explaining to how juries are being picked. They're actually they're getting the pool of jury, right? They're going through everyone's social media and actually figuring out how these people think and how, if they're a liberal and how they'll actually vote on your client. This is very dangerous because if you have a district attorney that has this thing, they could bury you because they can pick a jury that they know is going to go along with them. So if the government is really wanting to come after you, put it through the system of through AI, and you'll be convicted. Nobody's talking about this. Nobody has spoke about this technology. I don't think they want you to know about it. And I don't know if any of you, guys heard of this?
I have not heard of this at all. No, this is all news. And I agree with Homoerobic in the chat too.
All right, why don't you Google it when you get it? When you get a chance, just take a look at it.
Speaking of,
it was a couple things because I know. I just wanted to mention a couple things because I've been listening and then I got to run. But you guys mentioned a few things before, like the Hodge twins and the Negroes that are on like the right. I believe most of them just do it for money, and I don't blame them because if you're a Negro on the right, you'll be worshipped if you use conservative talking points, and you'll become a millionaire. And for example, the Hodge twins, what's her name? What's that broad's name? White guy. Candace Owens.
Right.
I mean, yeah. And as far as this, if I make it to 90, you guys mentioned dementia and being in a nursing home. I hope I get dementia. You know why?
Rash is gonna.
I don't want to wake up in the morning and remember. I don't.
Some
Getting
big
boned
black
by
she-boon is about to mount you.
Being raped
by a Malaysian.
being raped and mounted by numerous Negroes.
By a
And then
Malaysian.
maybe even ATMing me, you know.
By a 35-year-old Malaysian man.
So I want to wake up thinking nothing happened. You know what I mean? So dementia,
Sure.
bring it on when I'm 90. You know, because that's
don't
all.
remember
Quisha Muhammad about to be like, damn, that white boy fine as hell.
The silver lining.
I don't want to remember a 35-year-old Malaysian man raping me when I'm 90 either.
It's silver lining. You just get some of that dementia in you, and you be good.
Oh, man, that's horrible.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh, God. Well, I will say this, though.
Yeah.
DB brings up a good
It's,
point
so
on
that
the
was it. I
jurors.
just
I have song lyrics for that. Will he take the fall? 12 liberals will make the call.
yeah. Listen, very dangerous thing. When I'm gonna have to see. I wish I could look it up now for you guys, but when you get a chance, look deep into it. All right, you'll find it. There was I mean, obviously this information is not out there, so you're gonna have to do some digging.
No.
But they are using technology. Like for example, Trump used what's the name of that company to get him elected? It's an Israeli company.
I can't remember the
That
name. I know what
actually
you're talking
figured
about,
out
though.
voting patterns and
Yeah.
oh shit, man! Wow, I just oh shit. So anyway, technology. This is why our boy Uncle Ted was talking about how it's going to destroy us in the end. Instead of have a jury of your peers, now you're going to get an actual computer to pick what the outcome is going to be according to the person prosecuting you. So basically, the prosecutor is going to say, "Well, pick me 12 people that I know that thinks like this, and will convict this person." I mean, it's just dangerous stuff.
Wait. So you're telling me an AI is going to be my prosecutor? Or not my prosecutor, but my jury? Shit, I'm good. All those machines keep going racist.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that the district attorney can use this software for the outcome he wants. Very
I think
dangerous
that in
shit.
Kenosha, it really is, especially in Kenosha on this specific trial, because the DA is related to, isn't the chief of police and the prosecution? Aren't they all related?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and
There's-
they're
You run
all
into some
Jewish.
trouble when everyone's related, and yeah, that's another.
There's
That's another you
some
look into why. If I would have known that as a lawyer, I'd get a change of venue if you could. If hey, wait a second, the lawyers, the judges connected with this one. This
They're
one's connected
related.
with this.
Yeah,
The lawyer
they're all
knows the
related.
DA. Yeah, I mean, you would think, well, let's get the change of venue. I mean, this doesn't seem fair.
Sounds like the good
The
old
only
boys
thing
club.
he has to worry about
Yeah.
is the only thing listen. Everything seems to be working out. I've been watching this trial. Is the only thing that worries me is the jury.
Oh, you cut
Yeah,
out.
absolutely. That is the only thing I'm worried about as well, because the trial has been going in his
Because
path. He's right. DB Cooper's right.
I mean, like the judge, the only thing that he could be found guilty
We
of.
live it, you know,
You're cutting out, DB Cooper.
and this is a warning to all you young guys out there. Oh, I am? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can.
The only thing he could have been found guilty on would have been the
So what?
Well, it seems like he's cutting out a little bit now.
Now he's cutting out too, right?
Damn it.
What's
But
going on here?
DB did make a great point, though, that really the trial, if you've been watching it, it's been going in Kyle's favor.
Right.
And the only thing we have to worry about right now is the jury. And DB just was saying that AI may have picked the jury. And we don't know how they picked the jury necessarily. And if the DA is using some kind of weird software to pick this shit, then yeah. I mean, they might have a real biased jury. I don't know. You're supposed to be judged by a fair trial of your peers, right?
It's like the guy that was at the Chauvin jury or was a part of the Chauvin jury who they had the pictures of him at the Martin Luther King Black Lives Matter event or something like that.
Yeah, obviously you're not going to be. Obviously, you'll be a biased juror
Right.
at that point.
Right.
I've been called
I mean,
to jury duty so many times, and
the judge.
I've never
The
been-
judge just threw out the gun charge, and that's about the only thing that he could have been found guilty on.
Oh, Coop's back.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. No, Martin ER. I don't know. I had to switch devices, but my thing is this.
Wait, let me ask you a question, DB. Is that a hard R or a soft R?
good God.
Well, if I'm coming up behind you, it's going to be a hard R.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. Listen. My
You
thing
guys
is
are
this.
something else.
Listen. Everybody thinks, oh, he's winning. You know, he's got the trial. The judge looks like, yeah, but what good is that? If somehow, when you're picking a jury, where you have AI has the ability to actually pick out people who will think and possibly convict him on their social media posts, everything that they've done on the computer, the sites they visited. If they know that, listen, if they know you're going to, like, say, Fox News every day on the computer, they're not going to pick you. Okay? This is the point I'm making. They're using this technology now. The federal government's using it. It's almost like this guy that was talking about this, it's not a known fact, but it's being said, it's being whispered that the government is doing this when they want to get a guy. Okay.
Long story
and
short,
to me, it's very dangerous. Instead of you and another, and the other lawyer picking the people you want, you actually have a computer that's going to pick out a guy that that's going to give you the outcome you want. I mean, I'm disturbed by all this because, if you get a family member or someone caught up in the system, they're screwed, And like, look, don't think Kyle is out of the fire yet, because I'm still worried with the jury. You're not talking about Americans that are competent or smart or have common sense nowadays. You're talking about the new America, okay? And what I call about the new America, I talk about they're totally out in left field. I mean, the educational system for the last 30 years have basically destroyed us.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that. The entire
And
system
is he
left-wing.
out of it? Listen, if he comes back as a guilty verdict, I won't be surprised, because I know.
No, I'm not either. Right. I expect it, to be honest
how
with you.
because I know how these people are thinking in America now.
Right.
And it's scary. I mean, 30 years ago, this case wouldn't have been. Let's put it this way: when I was growing up 30 years ago, this case would have never been brought to trial. That's how quickly this country has changed. Because they would have been like, wait, we have it on film. He pulled one. If someone pulls a gun on you, and you defend yourself and shoot the guy, you don't get brought up to trial. Especially if there was a video in 1985.
The simple fact the simple fact that we live in a country in which this even made it to a court case shows you that we live in an evil, shit-eating piece of shit hellhole. I hate America.
We're in trouble. We're in trouble. as a
End of
country.
the coward, home of the hypocrite.
You know, very it's troubling. And you know, people ask me all the time, "Oh, what we can do to fix it?" I don't know. I tell people just worry about your
We
family.
ain't fixing
you-
it.
you-
Let this
When,
bitch.
when
yeah,
people talk about fixing it, you know, the go-to everybody wants to say is, "Oh, you got to get out and vote." But look at what's that done for?
No, it's
anything.
no. I tell
You know how
people
you'll
this.
fix it? Survival. You'll fix it with fascism, National Socialism. The only thing that can beat communism.
No, no. As of right now, that's not even an option right now. You're going to need a collapse, which
I
will
tend to
happen.
just-
People are gonna have to suffer.
whatever-
People are gonna have to suffer.
Well, unfortunately, I've said this to people. Yeah, America's going to have to go through some really, really tough times, and because
See,
you
here-
got to remember, this country hasn't been in any kind of any. I mean, people have been living so good in this country since
Almost
the
100
Great
years
Depression. Yeah, that people don't live in reality, and
now.
once
This is
anything happens where you can't get a steak, well, look at the prices. Inflation's over. Listen to me, gas and food. I don't know about you guys.
Well, so
but I'm
survival
feeling
hit it. Survival hit it on the head earlier, probably without even realizing it, when he said, and I'm not trying to take what you said out of context. You know, I know it's all subjective, but when he said, I just don't want it to suck. Pretty much, that's what you said. You know, I don't want it to affect me. That's how all Americans are looking at it. The simple fact is, no American is willing to deal with the struggle, and the simple fact of the matter is, struggle makes you stronger, and the entire
Well,
nation is going to have to suffer.
Would you
before
guys?
America's like
Can
this.
I propose an idea then with this? I do think that DB is right. There will be a significant amount of struggle in our country if in the coming future for us to get back to where we need to be, if we ever will. But I think that maybe our goal should be to go straight back to constitutionalist ideas with Bill of Rights and Constitution.
No.
None of this.
No, the Constitution's for fags.
You're not going to be able to do it. I'll tell you why. You're not going to be able to do it with a third world population. Not going to be able to do it.
It's not. It's not going to.
So
The
you
thing
can't
is,
have
man,
a first. You can't
Constitution-
have a first
No,
world nation with a third world population.
That's not even the problem. The Constitution is what's being used against us here. Survival.
true.
You have people.
True.
You have people who were never intended to be a part of this country saying that the Constitution, and you're at fault for that. You're telling me that if every person can be an American, nobody can, because this
You got
country
people
was
tearing
made.
down our statues
This
that are
country was
first generation
made
Americans
for
that have no
European
business doing it.
Christians. This
Yeah, I
country
hate
was
that.
made for
I
Europe.
hate that.
Well, the thing is, survival. This country was made for European Christians. Nobody else. You have people that
Yeah,
were
it was-
never intended.
It was a
You have
Christian
people that-
country. It was intended to be
Yeah.
a Christian country.
And let me let people.
they had no idea. Listen, our founding fathers would never have. Listen, they'd be horrified.
They would
to
have
see-
stayed. They would have
It wasn't
stayed.
meant
Just,
for anybody else. I
they
really
would have
thought
stayed loyal to the British Empire if they knew what they were.
that's
What was
it.
going to happen.
Listen, it was intended to be for Englishmen and Europeans, and
and
they'd
survival,
be
let me
horrified to
put it-
see what would happen. And
Let me
to
be more
anybody that thinks,
specific. It was made for white Christians. Okay.
yeah,
If
and
you- if
anyone
you
that
don't
disagrees
believe
with
me
that
on
is just
that-
lying to themselves.
If you don't believe me on that, you need to go back and look at what our immigration policy was up until 1965. In fact, our founding fathers specifically said this was a nation only for white men.
Well, the 1965 Immigration Act pretty much sealed the nail,
It's
the
done,
last
right?
nail in the coffin.
This
Yeah,
ain't a
that-
country for white men no more. I mean,
no,
let's face the
no.
facts. What you're talking
yeah.
about. This ain't no
It's
white
gonna- and-
man's country no more. So
No.
like,
and
what
the
you're
thing
talking about
is,
is kind of null and void at this point.
and then and the whole idea of it is it was never meant to be for anybody else but us. But now they've actually flipped the script,
And see, the thing is,
and
you'll
they will
get-
come after us. They will come at. Listen, they were already starting slowly, but they're coming after us. All right,
I agree, yeah.
listen, it's all small stuff now. All small stuff, but
this
you're
conversation is why they shut us
dehumanizing
down.
people. What are they doing to white people, right? Dehumanizing us to a point where we're the evil ones, and that is the beginning.
And a long game too.
Yeah, but this is the thing. That's the beginning and start of what in every in the whole course of history. Genocide. Okay.
You dehumanize the group that you're going to genocide.
That's right.
Right.
Very dangerous stuff coming down.
And then
the
you
line.
deny, and then you deny ever doing it.
So all we have to do now is we have to. Everyone's like, oh, what do you do? Well, there's nothing you can do on a large level because they'll crush you. I say you do it in a small. It's small. You listen. If you live in a small town, you do in a small group. You stay tight knit. You raise. I thought like these young guys.
Have some kids.
They're like, have some kids.
You're
I
worried
always tell them,
about
do not let this affect you not having kids and starting families, because that's the last thing we need. You should be thinking like that.
Homophobic wants to come on, Michael.
Oh,
Well, I'm going to bail. I'm going to bail.
All right, I'm going to end this here
okay?
fairly soon, anyhow. So,
But
All right.
survival. Like and people like Probs have been instrumental in the destruction of white values in America, because he'll tell you, oh man, the separation of church and state, oh man, that was meant that Christianity isn't actually supposed to be our moral system that we guide on, when in fact the opposite is true. Founders did not want the state interfering in church affairs because they intended the church to be the center of the community, so the church would be more powerful than the state. And for the longest, it was. Because, and I hate when Christians are like, we can't get God involved in our politics. That shows me you're not a Christian, because your morals, your Christian beliefs should lead to who you vote for. Another reason I don't like Trump, because everybody was like, this man who pays for whores and sleeps with prostitutes was chosen by God. Like, you're a fucking retard. Shut up, sit down before I put you down.
yeah, the evangelical thing with Trump was nonsense. Like, you got to admit that. Like, I can admit
I think that was
no
probably
problem.
he's probably he's just going through the motions. To answer premeditated, my wife can't have children. We found that out a couple of years ago, and we're already in our late 30s. We tried and tried and tried. We may foster or do some adoption in our future, but we're not sure. I mean, we're set up financially.
White children.
Dude, I'm gonna adopt like 5 fucking black kids, dude. I'm just kidding.
Go in, go off.
No
kidding, man.
offense, but I would accept that. I would expect that. From
I would adopt
conservatives, to be
whatever.
honest.
If my
Go
wife
full
wanted me to adopt
Angelina
a kid,
Jolie.
man. Yeah, no, we don't have that much money, dude. Start like, I'll adopt the white dudes and then white kids and then turn them into trans. No, I would never.
There
do
you
that.
go.
That's what Angelina Jolie does, right? Or
I
all those
know.
Hollywood weirdos. Fucking hell.
She's got like every color under the sun
I mean,
for a kid.
to me,
right?
there's no different from a liberal adopting a bunch of white kids and making them to go tranny than a white conservative adopting a bunch of foreign black kids in a country they don't belong in. There's no difference.
Well, that's like homophobic talk. You've been waiting, and he hasn't said anything.
Sorry,
yet.
yeah. Get a new one.
No, I was just listening. I think that as bad as things are, things would change a lot faster if the media, the mainstream media, wasn't covering up for blacks. If they actually reported, like they do about everything else, if they actually reported on the black crime, because they don't.
Well, they should be held to account, as far as I'm concerned, with that.
When do you ever see it? It's the same in England. You never ever see race mentioned when the black people are doing it. It's only race is only ever mentioned when it's a white person and they are the victim.
See, first off, I have a problem with what you're saying. You're referring to them as people. First off. Okay, so second off, America. When I was growing up, America actually did the report on crime as it happened, like blacks would be.
When you were growing up in 1995.
1995 and early 2000, blacks were reported on. Like anytime somebody committed a crime, you knew they were black.
Well, that's
and then they
local
showed
news.
Where were you in April 1992?
Yeah, well, even local news, they don't. the local news doesn't say a black man
Andy.
killed another black.
No,
You
they
just don't see
They
it.
don't.
No, now they don't. Now they don't, and that's the problem.
Yeah,
But
Ice
that's one
Wolf,
of the
dude.
problems.
That's
But
some bullshit what
simple-
they're doing there, dude.
The simple fact is, white America specifically, and it's not just white America. The people who so quote unquote won World War II are pussies. Like, let's be honest. The countries that won World War II are now pussified, weak. They
Well,
they
who do you think-
demonized
Who do you think came off best out of World War II?
the Jews.
Exactly.
Well, here you go. I like to say this to the whole like MAGA people here in America when it comes to the communist scare, because like it's a hot buzzword is to call everybody communist. And to be fair, most of them are, Marxist. To be fair, they definitely there's room to call them that. But
I live in Marxist Haven, dude.
here you go. When it comes to World War II, who was America allies with again? Question mark. Oh, that's right. The
All the Allied
communists.
forces.
The communist.
There is very little difference between a communist society and what America had, to be honest. People like to go, whoa, wait a minute. That's not, I mean, the Soviet Union literally had bread lines because they were going through a self-induced famine. The reason we didn't have bread lines is because of welfare. We weren't causing us famine. They caused that famine themselves. The
There is a big
genocide.
difference in communism and capitalism, though, as far
No,
as
there's actually very little difference. They're both materialistic religions at this point.
Well, one's where the state runs it, and the others where
Where
corporations
the people who
run
would
it.
run the state run it.
Yeah, basically.
I mean,
the
to be
whole
completely honest, the same.
abolishing property rights is
Yes,
a
that's what I'm
major
saying.
one. It's a major
Yeah,
one.
but
Would you want to live in a world where there's no private property?
survival?
No.
Survival.
No.
I would not.
The thing that you don't understand is private property is not being abolished because the people who run the corporations in a capitalist society, they become the state in a communist society.
That's
they
called
own
a
all
de
the
facto government, is what it's
Well,
called.
no, it's actually just what happens in communist countries because the same rich oligarch assholes that are wealthy little dickbags that oppress you under capitalism then turn into the state under communism because it gives them the ultimate authority, the ultimate control.
Did you go to college?
No, actually.
Well, you're impressively leftist for not going to college.
That's not leftist, bro. That's a fact. Why would I be calling out communist if I'm leftist? That's just a fact. That's the thing. You're too worried about the left and the right and who's right and
No.
I'm telling you.
No.
I'm telling you, the people who do this, the people who rule you under capitalism would literally rule you under communism.
What if I was ruling?
All right.
And
Well,
if
then
I
you
weren't,
would be
I have the money.
you would be the guy. You would be the guy that I would say is in need of a rope.
Dude, I
mean-
could go get like 3 or 4. What do you think about rental properties?
I
Did
think
you-
I think
Do you think
rental
that's a good
properties
investment?
are-
Is that a good investment for a guy?
No, I
to do
think it's
in a
actually
capitalist
I
country?
think I think
I-
that rental property
Oh,
should
yeah.
exist. I'm gonna be honest.
In a
Now,
capitalist country.
is
And
it
that
is it
pisses
a
leftists
is it
off
a
so
good
bad.
investment? Is it a
It
good
can be.
investment? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a great investment. But
All right,
rental
in the
properties are
chat-
bullshit.
Is the link to the Straub stream that's supposed to start in 26 minutes?
XXXX. What? Why do I gotta get?
Oh, Al Salam, you know the communism now is not the same communism as back then, don't you?
That's
There's
not right.
Yes,
It's
I actually
completely
understand.
different.
Well, no. At the end of the day, the people who created communism, what we have now, was their end goal. But yeah,
This communism now, it's more neo-Bolshevikism, whatever they want to call
yeah,
it.
it's
Bolshevik.
neoliberal. It's neoliberal.
You guys watched all Yuri Bezmenov, right? You guys have seen
Yes.
Yuri
Yeah.
Bezmenov? Okay,
I'm
so we're on
sure
the
they
same
all know
page.
who he is, right?
Yeah, so we're the same, on the same page as that.
Defector.
I
right?
prefer capitalism, man. Like,
I
If I wanna
prefer,
go
I
get
prefer
some-
both of them destroyed because
If
they're
I wanna
both
go-
evil.
dude, you're gonna be renting a house from me, and when you can't pay the money, dude,
Oh,
I'm gonna
I'm
kick
just
you out and get
no, I'm
somebody
just
else.
gonna pull out a gun.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Let me
pull out a
evict you.
gun and be like, "This is my house now, bitch. You gonna die to take it back?"
I actually have a
No?
I have a
Okay.
bigger one than you because I'm more rich, dude. Because I'm a
So you're gonna
capitalist.
squat.
I don't care.
So
Are
you're
you
gonna be a
gonna, like,
squatter?
No,
Dude,
here's the
that's
thing.
stupid,
Here's
dude.
the thing, right? Might makes
I'll be the
right.
benevolent dictator.
Now, see, that's the thing. Every libertarian thinks they're going to be the warlord until the people rise up and take their shit.
I just want to be comfortable, man, and I work for my comfort. I work.
See, but
every day
that's the
so
thing.
that I can be
Your love
comfortable.
and desire, for comfort is what's destroying this country. It has
No,
real
it's
world
not.
consequence. Yes, it is.
No, I'm an electrician, dude. I'm a construction worker.
Yeah, yes, but
And I
because
build- I
you
build
are too
stuff.
afraid. You are too afraid.
To
Yeah,
what?
but you're cowardice to stand up and tell people that this is wrong. That you just said it in here earlier.
Well,
That your
what's
company
wrong?
is extremely left wing, and they would fire you for your beliefs. Your unwillingness to stand
Now
up for
they
what
do.
you believe.
Now they would. The one that I work for now is pretty.
Yeah, but
freaking
you're not
stupid.
willing to risk getting fired so that your political belief, your political desires are met. That's cowardice, and I like you. Like, let me
Yeah,
not get this
it's
straight.
whatever, man.
I like
No,
you.
it's
You're
cool.
a cool guy.
It's cool. Yeah,
But
we're
your
fine.
cowardice in this instance.
Yeah, I
Well,
like
it's
money.
destroying
I
your
like money
country.
a little bit too much, dude. I like money over my opinion being
Yeah,
valued
it's-
at the company.
The thing
Okay,
is,
then,
it's not just his job now. It'll be his job now, and he won't be able to get another job. That's
But that's the
That's
thing.
not
What the fuck do you think's gonna happen anyway? It's lose your job now and begin networking with people and fight back, or lose your job in 5 or 10 years, and as you're losing it, you also get shot in the back of the head because they're genociding. Which one? Which way, white man?
That's the use your rights before you lose your rights.
I'm not sure what
Right.
quadruple X because I've never heard of beefsteak pilled before. I don't know what that is. I honestly don't.
It's a national socialist. It's the people who put socialist in national.
Oh, I wouldn't call myself a socialist.
Well, there's a difference between socialism and national socialism. A big difference.
Oh man.
Okay.
Well,
I don't-
here I'm gonna go ahead and end this. I want to be able to have Trobs do his own stream and me not be streaming. You know, I want the people to
Should I
go
get up on his
watch
channel?
Absolutely.
Oh, dude, we should
both
both
of you
go on
should.
there because I kind of want to see what the
All
hell.
three of you should.
I want to ask him
forbidden,
about
so-
that dance, though. I want
I'm
to
not
ask him
going
about
on
that
that. Oh, my
dance.
God.
Well, that's why I want to end this now too. I have another 15-minute video.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you guys are more than welcome to stick around for it. There's really no point though because I'm gonna end the stream as soon as it's done. But Homerobic,
Well, hey.
it's too bad you didn't get in earlier so you could say some things kind of
No,
during
that's
the
good.
very end. But
You guys should subscribe to my channel too. You guys can
I-
troll me if you want.
Oh,
I'm good with
I
trolls.
definitely plan on it because
I used Homerobics in one of my highlight clips there. I don't know if you've seen it or not. Did you check that out, man?
yeah, I saw it. It's funny.
I think I have you in 2 of them actually. But
Yeah.
any final words from you guys before I go to the final Trobs workout video?
Rash Don's a
Yeah,
cunt.
survival's a
Rash is a
card.
cunt.
He'll rationalize those things. Hey man, just subscribe. I just posted my channel. Come and troll me, dude. It's fine, man.
Okay.
Oh, I will most definitely.
You guys,
No, I
I'm
mean,
just
like-
a friendly dude. I'm not. You guys
I
can talk to me.
legitimately let me be honest with you. Like, I legitimately enjoy talking to you, Survival. I don't mean to
I'm-
get so heated and hatred and hateful, but that's
Oh,
the thing.
I
man.
never. I
In-
didn't
in
take it that way.
politics. Well, I do. I don't like doing that to people because, like,
Oh,
there's a
okay.
difference between people like you, people like Tribes. You can be convinced. It's just a lot of hard work because you've been propagandized. Tribes is just a fucking race trader.
Well, Trobs is a lot of things, that's for sure.
I'm just. I mean, you know, quadruple X might be right. I might just be a tard, you guys. But whatever. You know? Fucking. What am I supposed to do about that, man? I was born this way.
It could be worse. You could be a
It could be
freelance. You could be a freelance
fun.
writer.
That's writer. All right. I'll let you get out of here.
Yep. Good having
See you
on, man.
guys.
Yep. All right.
Thanks for having me, Broski. It was good talking to you, hearing your point of view. I mean, if Trobs don't let me back on, he was definitely you were definitely right in all this. Because I haven't said anything on here that I wouldn't say on there, and like, thanks for clearing all this stuff up and for the fun tonight.
All right. Yeah, I appreciate it, and I glad you wanted to hear my side of the story, which is the truth, obviously.
Well, yeah. Everybody's gonna say that about their side of the story, but I mean, he was just being like, I'm not gonna say disingenuous, but just like he was like from the get go. First time I was on there, he was just acting shifty about it, and then when he would try to explain it, he'd be like, "Well, he just doesn't have. He's just an intellectual dumbass and won't use facts and whatnot." And I'm like, "But he's using statistics, which is literally a measurement of fact."
Right. Well,
So,
okay.
yeah.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and get you out of here. All right. There, one more thing before I play the Trobs video. I'm not going to reveal this one tonight, but Trobs and I actually go way back. And I mean way, way back, like years. But Trobs doesn't seem to remember me. Either that or he's pretending not to. I'll just say this as a hint. If you go to his YouTube channel and look at the songs dedication playlist, he has dedicated me a song in the past. All right, here's the final workout video. Hope you guys enjoy this one.
Guys, I've already been started this morning. And until I burn this song out, shit's gonna be pretty fucking hardcore around here. There's really no other way around it.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about, guys. Get that fucking heartbeat going like a goddamn hummingbird. If you want to be a grandmaster fapper, that's how you train. Need that cardio for endurance. So,
you can make it through those long edging sessions. Got a cat calling my name. If any of you people still want to be trained in the art of fapping, send me a short video of your skill set, and I will think about making you my Padawan.